Welcome, everyone, to the Four Post Massacre Podcast. I am, of course, your host. You could simply call me Zaya. With me is the most frustrating man in the entire fucking universe. The man that constantly makes me question why I make the decision on living almost every single day, of every single hour, of every single minute, of every single second. What's your fucking name this week?
I think you should have asked the question. But, hello everyone, it's your boy, Stone Bold Sativa Austin.
Repeat that.
Yes, it's Stone Bold Sativa Austin.
That's a deep one. That's
I'm
probably
going.
the most complicated one you've done.
I thought about that one for hours today.
Alright, well, he's here, obviously, but today we got a special guest here tonight, first time ever here on the Four Post Massacre.
He made a cameo last episode.
Huh?
He made a cameo last
episode. Oh yeah,
episode.
he did make a cameo last episode. Making his official debut here on the Four Post Massacre Podcast. Travis said I didn't get your last name.
I'm the COH guy, the one everyone hates.
Oh wow. Just going straight into that, okay. But yes, Travis is
No car.
Huh?
No car.
No,
right.
yeah, we try to keep it no car on the show as much as possible. Some people bring it up, but it's like we try to. But yeah, Travis is here with us. He's joined us to talk about some wrestling. Although, if I'm not mistaken, from what I've heard from Mr. Jackpot over here, you have your own little podcast, if that's correct, Travis.
I am part of the Just Chillin' Network where we review horror films. And within that umbrella, I have my own little podcast I run alongside my good friend Steve called Fractured Skulls, where we review horror films.
Nice.
But it's more horror films of our choosing. And since next month is December, we got some December-themed horror movies that we're going to be reviewing.
Santa Slay?
I was going to say, is one of them
Santa Slay? We reviewed that last year.
Damn!
Oh. I mean, it's the best horror theme.
I might have to go back and check out that episode because I love Santa Slay. But
I have a pin of Santa Slay.
But
amazing.
Travis, I'm going to ask you a question which we ask everybody when they first come on to the show, and that is, what is your basic general knowledge of professional wrestling? Like, when did you start watching it, and do you still keep up with it today?
I started watching wrestling full time 2002, around Backlash, after Hunter dropped the belt to Terry Bollea, brother.
Oh gosh,
I was in and out prior to that.
So,
and I've been watching it since 2005. I started watching a little more ECW around the time they were hyping up One Night Stand. I went to learn more about that, so that was pretty cool. 2007 is when I first discovered the YWC or the IWC.
I'm so sorry.
I started hearing about these other promotions. I knew about TNA in 06, especially when Kurt Angle made the jump. But when I joined the IWC around that time in 07, I heard about Ring of Honor, Pro Wrestling Noah. New Japan wasn't really a thing. I mean, it was around. Obviously, it was around, but that wasn't like the most talked about Japanese promotion. It seemed at the time Pro Wrestling Noah was like all the hype. And then, around the Tanahashi, I guess like the early 2010s is when the tides have switched. It became all about New Japan Pro Wrestling, bro.
Yep.
And since then, I've been trying to follow wrestling. I met a lot of people you guys have had on the show in person. I remember first seeing Monoxide. We met it was in 2010 when WrestleMania was in Phoenix. That was the only time in my life I've ever made a trip to the West Coast of the United States. It was a lot of fun. I met so many wrestling fans, a lot of friends that I still cherish, friendships I still cherish to this day. I still keep in touch with those guys. And since then, I've been going to different wrestling shows. 2010 was a big year for wrestling. Going to wrestling shows for me. In May that year, I did Super Card of Honor 5, my first Ring of Honor show. The main event was Tyler Black versus Roderick Strong. I think that matchup ended in no contest. Or Tyler won by some screwy finish. But eventually he dropped the belt to Roddy later that year in October. And when he dropped the belt, that was his final ROH appearance. And then he went to, he got locked in some warehouse for the next couple of years under the name Seth Rollins.
Some say he's still there.
Some say he's still there. They kept Chick Kick there for 8 years.
Yeah,
then they finally let her out earlier.
She made it finally to TV. I don't even think Zahaya knows who that is.
Wait, who?
Before, Chick Kick was a female YouTuber, make a lot of videos. She had a boyfriend named Tyler, some skinny punk from Michigan, because I believe Chick Kick is Canadian. Later, she got into wrestling. She went to WWE, got locked in some warehouse, and they repackaged her as Aaliyah.
Are you kidding me?
No kidding when I say that Travis and Sean, they have had interactions with this woman.
You've had interactions with Aaliyah.
Yeah, I mean, we were never close, but we had a few conversations. No, nothing crazy.
Wow. That's very
Trust me, I remember the nights of me and him and Sean watching Proving Ground and, cheering on Noof. They didn't know her name is Noof.
Seems like such a long time ago at this point.
Wow. Well,
she finally made it to the main roster where she had her first televised match and she threw up in the ring. So good for you, Aaliyah.
Yeah, I'm amazed she has not been released yet. Either they see a lot of potential in her, or she's giving some head back behind the scenes.
Wow, no faith in Chick Kick.
It's been how long has she been locked in that warehouse?
It's been. Oh my God! It's almost 10 years.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. She should be fucking the female Luthez at this point.
The sad part is, she has not gotten any better. But that's not what we're here to talk about tonight.
I'm not here to shit on her.
No, that's not what we're here to talk about. Some actual wrestling and not overproduced garbage. So tonight
we have a very lighthearted episode because after what happened last week, I need to goddamn chill.
Yeah, not much in terms of big news coming out of professional wrestling.
It was a holiday season.
Yeah, it's pretty much a holiday season. So we're going to be talking about Dynamite and Rampage. We'll be going over a little bit of stuff, mainly over from Japan, because there's been a lot of news from Japan, not just wrestling-wise, but just real life-wise that is probably going to be affecting pro wrestling in the next coming months. So more on that. We got the game show. The theme song game show making its return as Adam looks finally to get a victory on said game show.
I'm 0-3.
And then later in our final segment, we will talk about a special little segment that Travis has come up with here. But we're all that for later. Let's just get right into it. Let's get into our.
I don't have to yell about Survivor Series. I don't care what we talk about.
Well, we don't have to talk about Survivor Series, but we do have to talk about AEW Dynamite.
Dynamite, Brew Bang, Crash Bang, and Broom in the Bag. There's Dynamite, and Wile E. Coyote is there, right? And then here comes the Red Runner, and he goes bang, Mimi, and Wile E. Coyote blows up. Poor guy.
We are in Chicago, Illinois, for the special Thanksgiving edition.
Back in Chicago again this quick. I was surprised.
Yeah. We are here for the special Thanksgiving edition of AEW Dynamite. And how did we start this off? Of course!
Jesus
with
Christ.
Fucking Phil!
Phil's here.
CM Punk gets a big reaction. He is obviously He is obviously out here to come out. We were expecting
He's got to fight QT Marshall because I'm so excited to watch QT Marshall. Instead, here comes it's Max.
Yeah, it's Maxwell.
And we just get in you know, I'll let Zaya go into a bit more of the detail here, but we just get 20 minutes of just a great promo work.
So, AEW does not do this often. Normally when it comes to promos or it comes to mic time, people get probably at the most 5 minutes during most of the time. And that's fine. That's how it should be. You don't need, despite what anybody says, you don't need fucking 30 minutes of talking to get people invested into a match. Alright? That's not how it should be. It's how it should never have been. But that kind of be the case. However, when you have two people that are very good at this talking shit, you can create magic. And that's kind of what we got here. I won't say that this was a perfect promo, especially for MJF, because near the middle of it, he kind of just started saying things, but he brought it back near the end. It turned out great. But when you got two people that are very good at this promo stuff, you get something like this. So basically, MJF is out, and I think we go to commercial first, which should have already told you that, something's about to happen. Something's about to go down. And so we return. Both MJF and CM Punk are standing in the ring. Now, this is all coming off to the fact that on the last episode of Dynamite, CM Punk came out, interrupted Maxwell, and pretty much stood him up. Disrespected MJF, and MJF didn't like that. MJF, just as you would think, just takes cheap shots at the very beginning. Pretty much talked about last week how you didn't hurt his feelings, and he says he hurt his feelings almost as bad as the time he quit and took his ball and home like a little bitch. Went to go on to talk about the pipe bomb, said that was CM Punk's best moment, but unlike with MJF, every moment is his best moment. Makes fun of the fact that he's straight edge and looks like a meth addict. I thought that was a great line. Yeah, it's just with MJF, he started this thing off very low brow humor, just going after the very obvious stuff Punk was known for. He talked about the pipe bomb, and he says what he doesn't do. Punk can keep his little pipe bombs because MJF drops nukes. And at that point, it is now time for Punk to take the microphone. He says that he's disappointed in him, but he says he wants to show a little bit of Chicago hospitality because he said that last week he introduced himself, and it took a lot of guts to do what he did, and he had no idea that his first name stood for Maxwell because he thought MJF stood for my jealous fan. He also he said, "Look, Maxwell, I'm in your head, probably because you got a poster of me on your wall," which is also really good. He said last week he did what nobody in the industry, I was able to do what nobody else in the industry was able to do up until this very point, and that was to shut up MJF without saying a word. And he said you had a whole week to come up with, all these lines that you had prepared for me, and all you did was grab for the lowest hanging fruit. He thinks he's somebody. He thinks he's revolutionary into the wrestling business, but all he is in reality is a less famous Miz, which everybody... I should have seen it coming, but I didn't know who was going to deliver the line. I'm glad it was Punk.
I loved it.
This led to, for the first time in a while, a Miz chant in a wrestling.
There should always be Miz chants.
No. I disagree, but...
I was very, very happy for Miz to AEW win.
So at this point, MJF doesn't really have much of a comeback for it. He says that this whole run of CM Punk's right now is just nostalgia. Says nostalgia is a drug that can misconstrue memories, and he's like, that back then nobody could touch you. You were the best, and he said, of course I admire you. How couldn't I? He said, I thought you were the best, but now not so much because.
Is this the point where he did the weird robot thing?
Yes, this is the part where
I didn't like that.
Like I said, in the middle is like in the middle portion, he started losing it a bit because he started like saying he kissed his ass, and he's like, oh, I'm so happy to be here, and insert name town here, and stuff like that. It's just,
he got it back at the end when he started to call. He called him PG Punk, and what happened to the guy I grew up on? You might as well come out here preaching hustle, loyalty, and respect.
That got a great pop.
That got a good pop. And then after that, it was just, here's WWE references, I guess. I mean, the best one is what Punk says to Max.
He says, you keep making excuses on why you didn't come back, and he says you were too busy making comic books nobody read or movies nobody saw. Is it because you were terrified because you couldn't hang? Says that you should have been utilized and showcased as the number one guy, but you never were because you were always number two. He says, I don't envy you, man, but I know you envy me. I know you hate everything I am because I am every promoter's wet dream. Like he was born for this, and you were just a scrawny, tatted up misfit from the dumpiest part of Midwest known as Chicago. And he said he had to work for everything. He said that Punk had to work for everything. All your blood, sweat, and tears and sacrifice. But all that stuff, and you were never up to snuff, weren't you? You will always just be second best. Because he says that Punk might be claimed to be best in the world, but he's better than him, and he knows it. And Punk takes a bit back, and he's like, yeah, sure. A lot of what you said was true. I am a bit scared. And he said, I'm not going to lie. He said, I'm not going to lie to the people. I didn't know if people were going to care. He said, I didn't know if I still had it. But he's not scared any longer. And he said he's certainly not scared of MJF. Because while the timelines might not match up, he was selling out Madison Square Garden while MJF was marking out for Rosie O'Donnell, which was a deep cut. I love that one.
Who does that anyway?
I just love the fact that they could just shoot on the times where MJF was a kid. The shit he's not Lowe's kid. Said you made the New York Times for dancing, for doing a song and dance. But he says the next time that you make the New York Times again, it's going to be in the obituaries. He says that he says he talks too much. He says that you can only back things up when you have backup. FTR, Shawn, Wardlow. He says that when I came to AEW, I came right after the heart and soul of this place, which was Darby Allin. And that has to be eating you up alive inside. And he said, because I beat Darby and I didn't need a ring to do it. And he says, hell, you're talking about the four pillars, and you don't even realize that you've been replaced by Britt Baker, which I just want to say I fucking love that. Ever since coming back, that Punk has just has not hid how much of a fan he is of Britt. Every single time, like almost every single time he gets on the microphone, he puts Britt over, which is great. They call him the Second City Saint. Not Not because there's a city better than it, not because there's a city that was first, and you want to call me number 2, I'll probably wear number 2 with a bullet, because just like Chicago, they call us the second city because when it burned to the ground, we just built right back up on top of the smoldering embers. And he says, you want to be number 1? He said, nah, I don't think so. He said, the only way you'll ever be number 1 is that if you wait around long enough for Tony to have a daughter that you can marry. Which was, oh God, I feel bad for Triple H, but that was such a good line. He said, last time I was here, I gave everybody ice cream bars. The only thing I can think that's better welcome gift than that is punching you in your little needle dick right here, right now. And that's when the jacket came off. It looked like they're getting ready to go, and MJF walks out and leaves. And that was the end of it. So I guess I'll go with you, Adam. General thoughts on the promo here.
I really enjoyed it. I do agree that in the middle there, it got a little bit too long-winded on MJF's part. It felt like he was running out of, like, his steam. But I thought that the tail end by both men, especially on the Punk side of things, he really brought this one back around. I don't think it was anywhere near as good as the one with him and Eddie Kingston.
Oh, no.
You know, that one was a lot shorter, and I think these two have the skills with each other. It's there. But I don't think this needed to be as long as it did to get the points across. I think both people got their points across pretty well. The Britt Baker line I loved. I love the Tony Khan's daughter line is, I think, the best line from this whole thing. MJF had a few things here and there that I thought worked. But, overall, I didn't hate this. I'm excited to see where this is going. It's going to be very interesting what happens next, and what the match is going to be like, really.
All right, Travis, your thoughts?
I had no issue with the length that this segment went, because the segment went like, 20, 25 minutes?
Yeah, 20 minutes.
Yeah, I thought they should have more time. It's amazing how some of the best segments this company has done has come from CM Punk. As Adam just mentioned, he also had a great one with Eddie Kingston as well. Which one's better? I'd have to watch them both again to really give my final verdict on it, but I really, really enjoyed this segment. I loved it. I'm just going to be honest. I love this segment. MJF didn't lose me at all during the middle, as you guys were mentioning. I thought they were more good. I felt like everything else kind of overshadowed that. I love the line. I love the line from Punk when he mentioned that MJF was in the New York Times because he did a musical number. Do you want to sing me a song, Maxwell? I just love that little jab right there. I also want to bring the substance into my head now. A lot of people were upset because they made too many WWE references, and what people seem to forget is that the reason CM Punk is in this company is in this spot because of his tenure in WWE. Yeah. WWE is the reason he left for freaking 7 years?
Yep.
So how you not going to mention that? Everyone in the audience knows why he's there. Everyone knows about his time in WWE and how much he hated it. So I don't see the issue of them mentioning WWE. I mean, it's not like in a sense of TNA when they would do it. They just did it just for shock value. Here, they did it because it makes sense because this happened.
Yeah.
So, also the MMA line that MJF took at Punk. He says, I'm going to make this quicker than your MMA career. I thought was good. I think he's the first one to make the MMA joke or the MMA reference to him since he's been in AEW.
If there was anyone to make it, it should have been him.
Yeah, he was the right guy to make that reference. But overall, I thought this segment was a home run. This was a grand slam. You'll never see a segment like this in WWE. Never, ever. Not with today's writers, unless the wrestlers go out there and they just say, fuck this script, let's just do what we want to do. And the only way you're going to be able to do that is if you're someone like The Undertaker or Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
It's just not going to happen with today's writers. I mean, hopefully, this is fantasy, but Hopefully a segment like this is a big wake-up call to WWE. Because here's two guys who didn't have a script. They just basically went out there and just said what was on their mind. And they went out there for literally 20 minutes, which is something you don't really see in AEW. I hope this doesn't become a habit for them. They got away with it here because, again, you got two masters on the mic. And the 20 minutes, in my opinion, flew by. It didn't even feel like 20 minutes. This segment was that good. I mean, they're in Chicago. The crowd loved Punk. Punk could have stayed in that ring for the whole 2 hours. I think they would have been completely okay with it. But A plus to this whole segment. I loved it.
Yeah, I very much like this segment. Like you said, this shouldn't be a thing that they do often, but I think it was because it was CM Punk and it was because it was MJF, and you kind of figured that this was going to happen. Like, that's why they got this, because they're both of these dudes are very good at what they do, and what they do is they promo better than pretty much anyone else in professional wrestling. So this is literally a job that only these two could do in a setting like this.
Yeah, and in Chicago.
Yeah, I did think that MJF he did the little shtick near the middle. That kind of I didn't quite get it as much, but it didn't really.
It didn't take me out of it.
It didn't take me out of it either. Just the blatant, just the shots kept getting lower and lower, which I love. I love the little jabs. I like the little callbacks, references, whatever, even if it's from a different company. So I didn't have any problems with that. I really like this segment. It's just a very great way to open up the show. And then we had to remember that there was an actual match that was supposed to happen.
We can move on. I don't want to.
This. You didn't like this?
No.
Oh, wow.
Why did QT get any offense?
It was.
Well, I think if I have the theory, I think the idea was that the reason Punk didn't put him away as fast as he should have was the fact that he just had a segment with MJF. And maybe MJF was on his mind a little bit.
Also,
so he wasn't as focused as he should have been.
Now that's cool. But why QT?
Well, it's in Chicago and they want Punk to have a throwaway match.
Yeah. It was
give somebody that kind of a rub. Not QT.
It wasn't to give QT a rub. QT generates easy heat, which is what they wanted. All they had to do was put Punk out there to wrestle somebody.
QT Marshall and the Gun Club.
Well, the match, I didn't have no issue with the match.
I thought the match was pretty good.
It was fine for what it was.
It was
Punk beat him cleanly. He was in control for the literally majority of the match. I guess people wanted a 5-star match with some other young guy. I don't know.
It was booked like a legitimate 1980s wrestling match where the heel gets the most of the heat by distraction, all of that, slows down the dude. Dude makes his comeback, fires the crowd up, hits all his big moves, hits his finish, and bam, we go home.
Bam, yep, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that was it. That's
all it needed to be. He didn't need to wrestle, but Khan wanted him to wrestle because Chicago.
It was fine.
And then
and I was completely fine with it. So
after the match, Jim Ross makes it mention that this is they're on the verge of the CM Punk era, and I'm just wondering. I thought we were already there, Jim.
Are we in the
really kicking? Are
we in the never-ending summer of Punk?
Adam, well, as we know,
winter is coming. Is it Punk?
Well, Jim will shout outs to Jim Ross. Hopefully, speedy recovery. We won't be hearing his voice for at least the next 3 weeks.
Yeah.
As he goes through radiation to get rid of his skin cancer?
Yes, he has skin cancer, yeah.
Well, good luck to good old JR. I will miss him and his funny commentary on Dynamite.
Absolutely. But after this, we
go backstage. Yeah. We got my boys.
Jurassic Expression, Christian Cage.
Oh no, this promo. Uh-oh.
So it was revealed that Jurassic Express are now the number 1 ranked tag team in AEW, and with that, they are now future contenders for the AEW Tag Team Championships. Christian Cage says that he is going to make sure that Jurassic Express
God damn it.
walk out with the tag team
This is it.
titles.
This is it.
You think this is going to be his heel turn?
It's going to be the beginning of it. It's going to be the beginning.
Christian is going to get them. Here's what's going to happen. They're going to get to the tag match. And then Christian's going to try and make Jungle Boy do something. Jungle Boy's not going to want to do it. Jungle Boy will then lose. Christian's going to turn on him. Which, in hindsight, is good, because that you save that match maybe for Revolution by the time they get to the tag title match. Maybe you do the tag title match at the Battle for the Belts. Spoiler, we'll talk about that in a few. And then, Christian and Jungle Boy at the pay-per-view. Jungle Boy gets a big victory over Christian Cage. That's a big deal right there. I think, that's where you go, right? I mean, that's where this has to head. And then get the fucking Men of the Year out of the goddamn shitty-ass top team and put them with Christian.
A lot of people have been asking, where is Marco? Where has Marco been?
Where is Marco? He's not hurt.
I have a theory, is that Christian took him out, and nobody knew.
He's not hurt, by the way. Just making that clear.
I'm talking about, kayfabe-wise.
You mean like kayfabe?
Yeah.
He's been locked in a cage.
But I will say, it seems like Jungle Boy's getting a lot more comfortable being on the mic since we heard stories.
Yes.
He despised cutting promos and wants to stay away as far as he can. I think Christian just over the months really helped him out, got him a lot more comfortable on the mic, and he's gotten good.
Better.
He's shown improvement.
So yeah,
promo's fine.
Future tag title match. I'm gonna guess Battle for the Belts.
Yeah. Probably there. Probably Christian does his heel turn, as you mentioned. They'll probably build up to a Christian versus Jungle Boy at the Revolution pay-per-view. I think this whole heel turn is to really put over Jungle Boy.
All right. Let's talk about it.
Well, wait, before that, we have another backstage promo because we see Eddie Kingston backstage. I guess the camera dudes told him if he wanted to say anything he was thankful for. And
he's eating some cake. Shout outs to Mox, obviously.
He's not catering.
And then what else? Yeah. By the way, keeping continuity with last week when he said I'm going to catering. Guess what he was this week? Well, it was a catering. He was eating some cake. He eating some Thanksgiving cake or pie, or whatever it is. And then sadly, the story of Eddie Kingston's life. He gets interrupted.
By 2.0 and Daniel
Garcia.
So 2.0 sit down with him and they say, look, Eddie, you've been together for a long time. We've been friends for a long time. Eddie, none of you are my friends. I don't like any of you. But we could see you. You see, we were at the Tribune. It was very nice. It seems like your life is fulfilled. Eddie, you're full. Eddie, but you're not hungry. That's the worst thing for guys like us. For fighters, when you're not hungry, you don't have it anymore. And all the while, him and fucking Garcia are just staring a hole into each other, getting ready to fight at any moment. They start standing up, and Garcia throws his coffee, I think, in his face.
Yeah, high coffee.
Blinds Eddie, and Eddie goes into a fucking rage, a rampage, if you will.
Wait, but is this where he mentions the Moxley thing, or did that happen last week?
What Moxley thing?
Doesn't he mention, you weren't strong like Mox or some shit?
No, I don't remember.
Am I thinking of the last promo?
I think so.
I swear he mentions Mox.
He shouts out Mox and Renee.
No, 2.0 mentioned Mox, but I could be wrong.
No, they did mention Mox.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
I don't remember what they said, but they mentioned something.
It was at the end when he was talking about, fighters and everything, and I think he said, but I guess Mox wasn't a fighter.
Yeah.
And then that's when Eddie got pissed, and then Daniel threw the coffee.
They mentioned Eddie's not hungry, but Eddie was like, I'm hungry to eat this cake.
I want to eat this fucking cake. Why don't you guys let me eat my cake?
Yeah, I'm fucking hungry. Let me eat cake.
But now we get to the best part of this episode.
No, it's not the best part. It's
just about that time. The Gun Club back on Dynamite. Billy and Colton Gunn with Austin at ringside, taking on Bear Bronson, Bear Boulder
Country.
Bronson Reed.
What a sad fucking day for me to have to watch one of these tag teams that I really enjoy lose for the fucking ass man and his ass kids. I hate the ass children.
So yeah, this match.
I hate Billy. Yeah, I like Billy, but
this match didn't.
This is a fucking squash match to Bear Country.
Well, no, Bear Country got some stuff in. I know Bear Boulder. He fucking gorilla pressed Billy Gunn, which was very impressive. But
Bear Country should be getting the victory here.
But Bronson was trying to go for something, but Austin trips him up on the outside. This gives Colton enough time to hit the Colt 45 for the victory and the Gun Club win. That's score one for me, baby. This is already the best episode.
Well, it's going to change next week because what happens afterwards.
Who should arrive but that dastardly son of a bitch?
My God. Okay,
Darby
we have to talk about this fucking... Okay. So Sting comes, so Austin's on the ramp, and the music goes din 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 din, and Billy and Colton are like, oh no, go get him, Austin. So here comes Sting, and Sting's just staring, he's staring, and then out of fucking Darby just fucking runs.
He flies.
He flattens Austin Gunn, just kills himself. He kills Austin. Sting just stands there.
Darby himself is like 175 pounds, but
dude,
he looked like a fucking linebacker just coming straight after fucking
Austin is not a small guy.
No.
And he flattens the shit out of him. This spot was awesome. I mean, I loved it even more because, fuck the ass kids.
Is that
so that shit was awesome.
Is that what the problem is here? You want to fuck the ass kids?
Oh, we're not doing this. No. No, absolutely not. Anyway,
Travis,
that happens.
Travis, your thoughts on this whole ordeal?
By the way, this sets up, we're going to have a tag match this Wednesday. It's undefeated versus undefeated. It's Darby and Sting against the fucking
Billy and
Gun Club. It's happening, Zaya. Yes! It's over. It's done.
I would have thought they would have used Austin and Colt as a tag team while Billy's the manager, just so they could get the kids more experience. But I guess they don't want too many green wrestlers in the ring since Billy's the veteran, so they figure out he could probably call this tag team match a little better. Again, it's a filler feud for Darby just to buy him some time before he gets into the next big program. So I don't mind this feud that, I don't hate it as much as other people do. Billy, I think his match he had with Billy Gunn, I think it was on the last Rampage.
Yeah.
Their match was fine. They wrestled the match they should have wrestled. Billy Gunn throwing Darby around like a rag doll is a perfect way for that match to go down. And Darby had to give Billy Gunn 2 coffin drops because Billy Gunn's like literally twice his size. So I was fine with that. You guys mentioned freaking Darby Allin. I don't know what it is with him. He's like one of the smallest guys they have, but when he attacks you, this kid throws his entire body, all his weight at you. He gives it his 110%, and I love it every time.
It's amazing.
I'm afraid he's going to eventually get hurt one day. He's going to be injured.
I have never seen anyone in wrestling do a suicide dive and make the name legitimately accurate. He hits a suicide dive, and I believe it. That's a suicide dive.
Yep, I believe it. So we got the tag team match next upcoming Dynamite.
I'm so excited. It's over, Zion. No more goddamn.
You guys say that this is a thing.
And then and apparently on Twitter, I don't know if you guys heard about this. I think it was Colton.
No, it was Austin. It was
Austin's got heat.
Yeah.
Cancel culture's coming after him.
Oh my God, you're kidding me.
he said something. I didn't read.
Yes, it's over.
But, he said something when he was 17.
Oh, did he now? He's a bitch. What a piece of shit. Get rid of him. Let's go.
Shut the fuck up. You say wait. Hold on. You say that this is a throwaway feud, but what happens if they lose, Adam? What happens if they lose?
If they lose, I'll be taking a week off. You can find somebody else. Oh, kid.
It's gonna happen. Colt 45 to Darby?
I don't know. I'm hoping a Gun Club.
Colt 45 for the win?
Gun Club, baby.
Oh man! All right. Well, we'll get back to that when that happens. But after this, Battle of the Belts was announced January 8th in Charlotte, North Carolina. It's pretty much Clash of the Champions, but we can't call it Clash of the Champions because it's the fucking Fed.
So here's the thing.
Well, Battle of the Belts was also another name that Crockett used back in the early 80s.
So here's so as we know, all 5 belts will be defended. I think one outside company title will be defended on that night. And I think it has a good chance of it being the GCW Tag Team Champions.
Briscoes.
Because as we know, they had a talk with Tony. I don't know if was that going to be part of your news thing, Sahaya?
Well, that happened that happened last week, didn't it?
You heard, right, that it's pretty much all but confirmed that after Final Battle,
they're coming in.
So why not a perfect debut GCW tag title match against Pride and Powerful?
Ooh.
I hate that name.
Listen, I wish they could be LAX too, but
no. I'm fine with Santana and Ortiz. I'm sorry, Pride and Powerful just sounds like something out of the gay parade. Nothing against the gay community, but when I hear Pride and Powerful, I think of Billy and Chuck.
You do look so good to me. Anyway.
All right. After that, Bobby Fish and Adam Cole are backstage. They're pretty much they're pretty distraught because Cole lost at the pay-per-view, and then him and Fish lost last week. And he's like, they took out the Bucks, and then all of this pretty much leads to the best friends walking out. Chuck goes up to Cole. He's like, "No, we saw you nerds walk right past us. Like, you call yourselves best friends, but that's actually it's like it, and we don't need to do he did the fucking." We don't need a fucking hand signal to prove it, and it's basically a bird. Cole said for Chuck to shut the hell up. Said that it's basically the best friend because where's Trent?
I wanted to bring that up. Have you seen the stuff on Being the Elite that they've been doing with Wheeler Yuta?
No.
With him pretending to be Trent?
that he's Trent. Yes. And they're confusing. And who was it? Who was it that said, "Oh, I didn't know Trent was Asian"?
Rocky.
It was Rocky, yeah. That's pretty fucking funny. That Wheeler Yuta is just Trent. What's up with Trent?
He's still out.
But from what? Neck injuries?
Yeah, neck injury.
Oh man, that sucks.
He's got a shitty neck.
But he just came back.
Yeah, that was what was so fucking heart crushing about it. That he did just come back.
I guess good for Yuta. But yeah, this sets up a tag match for Rampage.
Yes.
Which I wasn't expecting.
And then
Rampage really becoming the Adam Cole show.
Adam Cole, baby!
He's been on that show a lot.
But after that, we get another segment backstage. Team Taz, Dante Martin, Leo comes in. Taz is like, "What the hell, brother? Like, this is between us." He's like, "Anything you can talk Dante about, you can talk to me about. You're not gonna."
I'm very surprised.
And he said,
with this segment.
And so Leo said, like, Dante pretty much said, any decision you want Dante to make, you make with us. And right now, Dante doesn't need to be making any decisions with Team Taz. And so he put the pin down. He says, come on, Dante, we're out of here. But Dante grabs the pin, looks at the contract, and he signs it.
And he takes
the chips
from
Hook and walks on the table
and
leaves.
I would be okay if Hook never wrestles a match in his career. And he just sits there, stays silent,
and gives
and
chips.
hands out chips.
Hook is the best thing AEW has, by the way.
What?
Listen, every year the Wrestling Observer will have that fucking non-use like the general manager character award, right? Well, fuck all the GMs, fuck Adam Pearce, fuck Paul Heyman, and fuck any other manager. Hook better win. Yeah. Hook has been the most compelling thing on any TV program. He's Hook. He wears hoodies. Sometimes he doesn't wear a shirt. Sometimes he only wears a shirt and pants. Sometimes he's angry. Most of the time he's angry. He doesn't say a word, and he likes potato chips. This man is elusive. He should have been sexiest man in the world this year, and not Paul Rudd, even though I love Paul Rudd.
What do you make of all this? Dante joining up with Team Taz, apparently.
Well, look.
Honestly, I'm very confused now.
No, well, they got to do something with Team Taz. Team Taz hasn't really done anything in ring wise in a while. Hopefully this leads to something. I can't remember the last time Team Taz had an in-ring match. I think probably against Orange Cassidy. I mean, they're desperate. They're in desperate need for another guy. Nobody misses Brian Cage.
All that up.
Yeah, nobody misses Brian Cage except his wife.
Yeah.
So he's complaining on Twitter. Book my husband.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, how about you book him for a COVID shot?
I can see this going. I'm not sure what the status of Dante's brother is.
I don't either.
I think what they could do, whenever he's ready, Leo Rush could team up with him. They can win some matches together as a team. That could get Dante jealous, and eventually they culminate with Team Taz. Have some nice back and forth matches. I love Leo Rush on the mic. I didn't realize he was this good on the microphone. I mean, he's like one of my favorite acts right now in AEW. And of course, you have Taz. Taz has always been underrated on the mic. He's always great in these segments. So I'm very curious to see where this goes. But yeah, they needed something to get this rivalry going. I think Dante signing over with them is the right direction. Because had he not signed, I don't know where the feud goes from there. I mean, they could be angry, they could attack him, but blah.
Reese is back. That's pretty cool.
Oh, nice.
Anyway, hey,
After this, though,
I love The Miz.
It's time for our third match of the night, which was our another match in the TBS Championship Tournament, as Thunder Rosa takes on Jamie Hayter. Now, this is coming off of Thunder Rosa cutting a promo, pretty much telling Jamie to keep her eyes out for Britt and Rebel, because your friends aren't really as close to you as you think, and at any point in time, they could screw you over. What happened?
I liked this match a lot, actually.
Real good match.
And the ending surprised me. At least the way that it went. I wasn't expecting it to be as on the nose.
Jamie and Thunder Rosa are two They
just went out there and just stiffed each other, which was great.
Yeah, just two very good professional wrestlers. It just very, very solid. Both know exactly what they're doing. Rosa hit like a sick, top rope missile drop kick that destroyed Jamie. Jamie at one point caught her from the apron and slammed her onto the floor, which is cool. She hit an Irish curse backbreaker at one point as well, which was pretty freaking cool. They go back and forth. There's like a fucking hockey fight brawl at one point.
I loved it.
Near the end here, Rosa was trying to go for her submission move, which is the Peruvian necktie is
Yes.
what Excalibur called it. That's when Rebel started getting up on the apron, distracting the referee. Britt comes in. She rakes Thunder Rosa's eyes. Jamie grabs Thunder Rosa. Looks like Britt's going to set her up for a super kick. Thunder Rosa ducks, hits Jamie instead. Rosa tosses Britt into Rebel. Jamie tries to go for the lariat, but gets caught with the inside cradle for the victory. Thunder Rosa picks up the win, and just like she said, Britt was the reason why Hayter did not move on in the next round of the TBS Championship Tournament. Good stuff. Real good stuff. A lot of seeds being planted going forward.
Yeah, it was a good match. I mean, Thunder Rosa has improved tremendously from her days in Lucha Underground when she was Cobra Moon. I remember her being terrible in the ring, but that was such. It feels like ancient times at this point because she's gotten so much better. Now she's like one of my favorite. She's like one of the top female wrestlers in the company. I mean, it's gonna be a tough choice because I think the finals is gonna be between her and I don't know the brackets off the top of my head, but it's gonna have to be between her and Ruby Soho. I think they're gonna want at least a top face for that title, and then for the world title you have like a top heel. I don't think they're gonna have two top heels with the belts, even though they have big plans for Jade Cargill. But big win for Thunder Rosa. Who's she fight next now? Not Nyla Rose.
I think, yeah, isn't it Nyla? Adam.
She fights Jade.
She fights Jade.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, she's got to win.
But
Jade's not ready.
Yeah, good match. Very excited to see what she can pull out with Jade. Because even if like Jade doesn't win, I think working with Thunder Rosa is gonna just improve Jade tremendously.
Where do you think this goes?
Jade needs to wrestle more matches. I'm sorry, Adam, but Jade needs to wrestle more matches like outside of AEW in like small crowds. Like, her wrestling a TV match here and there is not going to get her any better in the ring. And if they want her to improve faster, she's got to wrestle more often. And it doesn't have to always be on TV. It could be on Dark, or they can make a relationship with some indie company and have her make appearances there. But she needs more experience in the ring. A lot of them do, actually. But it seems like they have big plans for Jade since she has more of a look and stands out more from the other girls.
What are you going to say, Adam?
Go ahead, Adam.
I was going to say, where do you think this goes now with Jamie? I think it was kind of too early to start pulling the trigger here.
I don't think that she is going to turn on them now. I think that this was just the setup of things that are going to domino into a bigger thing, which is going to then lead to an eventual blow up. I think this was just the start of it, though.
So some people have said if Thunder Rosa, some people think maybe she wins the belt, right? The TBS title.
I don't think that's happening.
Do you think? Do you think
her
maybe
or Ruby?
I listen. I said that I think it's going to Jade. I think Jade's taking that belt.
Yeah, me too.
I think she'll have the belt eventually, not now. I don't think she's ready for that spot yet.
People say it's either going to be Jade or Ruby. I would honestly go with Ruby because I think
I'd go with Ruby.
She's more experienced.
Statlander.
I don't see her going past.
No,
because then you would have all the I don't want to say bi women, but that's kind of what they were. All the bi participants go on to the next round. That doesn't seem right.
You're the only one.
Look, I was the oldest. I couldn't help it.
I think Rudy's gonna win the
Rudy?
TBS, and I think Thunder Rosa is gonna eventually dethrone
Rudy. You mean Ruby?
Rudy. That's what I said.
Rudy's got the chalk.
Yeah, I think Rudy Bridges is gonna win the title.
Rudy's got the Rudy. Oh, we can't talk about him anymore.
All right. So
all I'm saying is
the whole TBS and Thunder Rosa is gonna dethrone Baker.
Yeah, I agree with that. But
and then down the line, if you really want to go with Jade, but she needs more time. She could be the one.
Jade's
She could be the one to
TBS.
dethrone. Yeah, she could be the one to dethrone Soho if she gets a lot better in the ring.
But
If she at least gets good, she doesn't have to be great. If she at least gets good, I'll accept that.
But after this, we're backstage. Jericho's about to cut a promo about what's next for the Inner Circle, but he gets interrupted by 2.0 and Daniel Garcia. He pretty much says,
I guess.
You guys, you guys think you're so tough because you interrupted Eddie Kingston when all it makes you are a couple of jackasses. Goes on to tell Matt Lee that he's got a square head. I guess that's gonna be a thing now. Just Matt Lee's square head, because once Jericho has something, he
doesn't shut up about it.
Nope. So this, yeah.
Look, I like 2.0. They're good on the mic. I don't know why Daniel Garcia hangs around with them all the time. I don't know. Whatever. Just go with it.
Canadian.
He's not Canadian.
He's from Buffalo.
Yeah, he's from Buffalo.
Buffalo's in New York.
That's like near Canada.
Near it, but it's not in it.
Yeah, but he wrestled in Canada a lot.
Shut the fuck up.
And Seahawks is right by New York. You're not from New York.
I mean, we're in Jersey. We're technically New York.
No, you're not.
New
Jersey is its own state.
Yeah, well, tell that to every WrestleMania we've had.
It happened in Jersey.
It happened in the shadow of New York City.
Look, this is all leading up to something that we will talk about when we get to our Rampage review, obviously.
Which I was not a fan of.
I am not a fan of this at all. I don't like where this is going. I'm kind of done with Chris Jericho, honestly. I kind of want him to go. I kind of want him to go away again with his band, Fozzy.
We'll talk about that in Rampage.
But yeah, we'll get to that.
Man. So
every hot act that happens in AEW, Chris Jericho has to get involved.
Look, okay, again, we'll talk about that when we get there. But after this, we got the Friendsgiving with Britt Baker, Tony Schiavone.
He's not invited to Christmas.
So they're doing the Friendsgiving. Britt says
Jamie not there.
Yeah, she said she apologized to everyone, but not Hater, obviously. And she apologized to everyone because now Thunder Rosa moved on into the TBS tournament, and now you're all going to have to probably deal with Thunder Rosa as TBS champion. But at least you still have her as AEW Women's Champion. She also gives Tony Schiavone a fat-free pumpkin pie and told Rebel she doesn't need the fucking roll. Rebel makes the saddest noise I've ever heard.
Chucks the roll.
And Rebel's just like, oh.
Tony's got some bad
news. Tony's like...
Tony's like, so let's take a look at this footage. I love the AEW. Remember, because, I was saying, we all said, are they going to ever mention this? And, well, it took a while, but they got to it.
Yeah, nearly 3 months.
Hey, they have Riho. Let's take care of it while we have it.
Fine.
Riho was not eliminated from the Women's Casino Battle Royal, and because of that factor, just like how Abaddon had the trick or street fight, Riho on Rampage will wrestle you in a black market deal match where if she beats you, she's going to get a future title shot, right?
Black Friday.
Is that what they call it? Black market.
Black Friday. Oh, sorry, not black market. Not
Black Friday.
Black Friday, not black market. Not black market.
We're 1 for 1.
Yes, I know. Well, it happens. Well, this is what you get for smoking on the job. Anyway, so Britt loses it. She's like, God damn it, Tony. You ruined Halloween, you ruined Thanksgiving, and you're not coming to Christmas.
She said she can get a Black Friday deal or a match, but she can't get a Black Friday deal match. And he's like, well, so Tony booked the match, so it's just like, fuck you, Tony.
Tony's.
She said, no, we're not doing the DMD thing. You ruined it.
No DMD. Now Tony can't go to Christmas.
This sucks.
What's Tony gonna do?
This is a bad.
By the way, I don't know. Have either of you seen that amazing picture that's going around of Tony
The
Schiavone as
fucking
Santa Claus.
Santa Claus and Britt sitting down on his lap while
And
Adam's
fucking Adam
looking
Cole.
through the fucking mirror.
Amazing.
Yeah. It looks a little creepy.
She posted
So,
that on
it's
her
fucking-
actual Twitter feed.
It's amazing.
I couldn't believe it.
Shivani as Santa Claus.
It's my fucking
What?
wallpaper on my phone.
The hell does this mean? Where is this going?
It lead to Tony Schiavone versus Adam Cole in a Britt Baker on a pole ladder match for the custody of Britt Baker.
Oh my gosh.
But after this, we get
Danielson's continuing his head kicking spree.
of the Dark Order
Yeah.
as he's gonna take on my boy
Boom, boom.
Boom Boom Cabana, which
To be fair, he held his own in this match.
I liked this match because it was great to see two ROH guys going at it again in now times, which is great. It's been fucking forever since I've seen these two wrestle each other. One big disappointment for me though was they were in fucking Chicago, and I understand brand loyalty bullshit, but we couldn't have fucking Colt's theme song for one damn night. It had to be the damn Dark Order.
Join the Dark Order, Adam!
But the shimmy shimmy Cocoa Puff, Colt's gonna wreck some stuff.
I wish they would have showed a video package between those two of the history.
Yeah, but they don't
that
have
had
the
together.
they don't have the ROH.
Yeah, they don't have ROH.
No.
Yeah,
They still
yeah.
could use. They could have used footage from the Wrestling Road Diaries.
I guess.
That would have been fun. But, I enjoyed this match more than the last week's match where he just, killed Evil Uno. At least Colt did some stuff.
He did a fucking sweet-ass moonsault. Which is
Hey, he has a great underrated moonsault.
Yeah.
I love Colt Cabana, man. He's such a good fucking wrestler. He does not get enough talk about. And just like Eddie Kingston, I'm very happy that Colt's found a bigger stage niche than ROH and Scotty Goldman.
He starts hitting the elbows. He's got him in a ripcord position. He start hitting elbows, and then fucking Danielson just STOs him down to the mat, and then grabs both of his arms. And at that point, you knew where this was heading. Just stomps fucking Cabana's head into the canvas, puts him into the label lock. Not before, though. He does the fucking double bicep pose and then pulls back onto the fucking label lock. Obviously, Colt Cabana's got nowhere to go. He has to tap out. But Danielson decides to be a little bit of a prick and doesn't let go.
He didn't let go. What a dick. That's my boy, Colt Cabana. Why?
And while he was celebrating, he found
Tooth.
Cabana's tooth.
He knocked his tooth out.
Which leads to Schiavone coming down to the ring, interviewing Danielson. Danielson says, "The last time I was here, I got a very much different reaction than what I'm getting right now." And it's and I had to wonder to myself, is it because of me or is it because of you people? You said
he's got one word to describe them, and I was like, oh my god, is he going to say it? And he says it. He called them
fickle.
Oh, that's how you know Heel Danielson's back.
He says, but he is not fickle. I said that I was going to come in, I was going to kick in Colt Cabana's head in, and not only did I kick his head in, but I knocked his teeth right out of his mouth. He showed his fucking broken tooth, and he says, next week we are in Atlanta, and I hear there are some Dark Order members from Atlanta, so that you can now, I'm inviting whoever Dark Order member to come and fight me in Atlanta, which we now know is number 5, Alan Angels, who will be fighting Danielson.
Oh, he's gonna kill him.
The next Dynamite. But he says this is all.
Which, by the way, I know what I'm gonna be getting because I'll be in Long Island, and if I don't get him and John Silver, I'll be very disappointed.
I think he'll get it.
Because that match just sounds
ridiculous. But Danielson says this is all just a prelude to the man who I really want, which is Hangman Adam Page. And say his name, and so he shall appear. Because here comes the new AEW World Champion in his wrestling gear, obviously ready to go. He's ready for a fight. And he says, I'm here right now. I got the title. And I don't think there's any better place than right here in Chicago to defend my belt against you right here and right now. And Danielson says, like, well, I just had a match. So obviously you're going to come out and do it and challenge me like right after I just had a hard-fought match. And to me, that's not cowboy shit. That's coward shit.
Heyo.
Heyman's like, all right, well, I'm not leaving this ring until I get a fight. And since you already had a match, I'm going to give you the first shot free. And to which Danielson just open hand palm strikes him in the face. And these two go at it. Danielson throws into the outside, but Hangman kicks him in the face. Looks like he's going to go for a buckshot, but Danielson rolls out at the very last second. And he keeps his head for another day. I really enjoyed this.
Again, I make it clear, for something that was never planned, they've crafted something insanely investing on the fucking spot, and I'm so into this. You know, when Brian came in, if you would have said, out of the two, who was going to be the first one to go heel, I would not have said Brian over. And I love it.
Yeah, it's fucking wonderful.
Now, Travis, for someone who's like you watched the rise of the American Dragon, how are you feeling about Brian right now?
This heel run he's doing right now is way better than his WWE run. I remember seeing a picture of Twitter. People said, "Oh, this, Brian Danielson is gonna be a heel. He should start doing this." And it's a picture of him holding like that vegetarian WWE title that he did at one point.
The hemp belt.
Yeah, and I'm like, you stupid moron. You want heel goofy Danielson. I want ROH best wrestler in the world, Brian Danielson. This is what he's doing. I think this is some of the best heel work he's done in a long time. And I'm loving every minute of this. If I had to critique one thing, is when, I don't know, every time when it comes to these segments in AEW, they say like the person's name that they're feuding with, all of a sudden their music hits. It's almost like that's the cue. Adam Page, burn out. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
No, I gotta give it a second. Not a second.
Not even a second, and they're already playing the guy's music. But outside of that, I thought this segment was fantastic. Just as Page about to hit his buckshot lariat, the heel Danielson cowers away. Beautiful. I mean, so far we're like, an hour and a half into the show? I mean, and I think this Dynamite's been looking pretty damn good. It feels like a freaking wrestling show. I want to see more of this. I mean, the thing is, the best part is that AEW doesn't have to rush this. They could take their sweet time with this feud. They could take their time with MJF and Punk. They could take their time with Team Taz and Leo Rush. I mean, there's a lot of good, exciting stuff going on here.
Yeah.
With AEW.
We'll say AEW has been very good at these holiday specials.
Yeah. They don't go over the top with it. You don't see them like. Remember when TNA would make their guy, whoever lost the match, wrestle that, like, be in that turkey suit?
Okay, so hold on now. Let's not talk shit on the turkey suit match.
Oh my
because
God, you're actually gonna defend this.
You're damn right, because TNA is the best, and AJ Styles in the turkey suit is iconic television. I remember that great ladder match. You know, they have to this day the best Christmas episode of any wrestling show ever. You know, TNA.
Wait, did they have like Christmas lights around the steel cage?
Man,
Barbed wire Christmas tree.
So, Dynamite's cool and all. So let's talk about TNA's Christmas episode.
No.
So it starts off with this Christmas party, right?
No Christmas, at least not until we get into actual December. Thank you very much. All right, so after this, they do a little video package for the Chris Lander Ruby Soho match. That is the next match. That's going to be on the next Dynamite for the TBS Championship tournament. That's going to be the last second round match in the tournament. And now is on to our main event of the evening. Malachi Black, Andrade El Idolo, and FTR taking on Death Triangle and quite possibly the most hated man in professional wrestling in Cody Rhodes.
Why does everybody hate Cody?
I don't know! To this extent!
Boy, why is the boy being massacred, Sarah?
To be quite
Cody Rhodes, the savior of professional wrestling. Cody Rhodes, my hero. I mean, why? I mean, I understand it, but it's like, but you people don't get it.
I think about all the people who've gotten this type of reaction before in the past. You know, like The Rock, Cena.
What's crazy is that it just took this Malachi fucking feud.
Yeah,
and all of a sudden, Cody is the most hated man ever.
Fuck you! You fucking fuck off! I don't want you here!
Listen. Shout outs, good fucking shouts to Malachi, though. I mean, look at what he creates. He's like a cemented man now.
But like, it's just like,
wow.
Like, think about like 2 months ago where he's like fighting like QT or something. The dude was still like beloved. Like, he was like, massive Cody chance, and now, boom!
Yeah, that QT feud sucked.
Yeah, it wasn't good. But
it wasn't good, but I still don't understand like why they just turned on him.
Dude,
and as you mentioned, after his feud with Malachi Black, it seemed like the tides have turned. It's not a good thing when 4 heels who are in this tag team match are ganging up on Cody in the corner, and the crowd is cheering for the heels.
That's one of the biggest pops of the night.
Listen, I am out of between me and my host here, and most guests, the biggest Cody Rhodes fan. I chuckled because I was like, "Oh my god!" Because all of a sudden they're just like kicking the shit out of him, and all you hear, yeah, and I'm like, this is bizarre. I mean, again, I'm in Chicago. I'm not surprised. This match, again, like in the same vein of the Halloween edition where they had that 8-man tag. This was fun as hell. This was a very fun fucking main event. All the guys got to show off. There were some people who got more shine than others, which I was surprised. I thought Andrade looked really good in this one. Andrade, halfway through the match, lost his pants.
Yeah, I was about to say, can we talk about Andrade's massive thighs now?
Never skips leg day.
The dude's got some fucking legs.
All of a sudden, we cut back, he's on the apron, and I'm like, where's his pants? What happened to your pants?
His pants are gone.
I'm like, cool, I like the gear. So that was fine. FTR did a lot in this match. Pac did a lot in this match.
Pac and Phoenix were on their fucking A game. But then again, they're like always
did things.
Got booed.
I thought out of everybody, Malachi was the one who did the least.
So the whole point of it is that the shit between Cody and Pac is still not resolved. Because every single time, like, there's a point in the match where Phoenix tried to tag in Pac, but Cody tags himself in. Cody accidentally hits Pac with a super kick at one point in this match.
It was a one show.
Yeah, so this is leading to a Cody versus Pac match.
Which okay.
Yeah.
But would you say that that means we're also leading to an Malachi and Andrade feud?
See, if you ask me that, like, at Full Gear, like, I would say perhaps, but they don't seem to be, like, in the same category as, like, Cody and Pac. I don't know.
So we know. So if you're saying Pac and Cody are going to do something, right. We know FTR and Revival, that's not ending anytime soon. Where do you go with Malachi and Andrade?
That's a good question.
let's see. I will say this 8-man match is better than FTR's tag match and Cody's tag match had at the pay-per-view. The previous one, Full Gear.
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan of their tag team matches. This 8-man was a lot of fun. Cody's got to turn, man. He's got to turn. You guys didn't talk about the belt spot yet, did you?
Oh, about him throwing the weighted belt into the crowd and then them throwing it back.
Oh my god, it hit Aubrey.
A lot of people have pointed out how dangerous that is. So,
That was really stupid by that guy.
yeah.
This wasn't like a t-shirt. Like, that is a weighted belt, and I swear, Aubrey almost gets cracked. Her hand
You could tell
definitely got hit. She was pissed.
You could tell she was by the way she aggressively just kicked that motherfucker out of the
She
ring.
was pissed. No, so, okay, here was my biggest question. So it gets tossed out of the ring. We're done with that. But then, towards the end of the match, it ends up back in the ring somehow.
No,
How did it end up back in the ring?
Because fucking Andrade had taken it after Aubrey kicked it out of the ring. Andrade
Yeah, and he threw it under the ring.
Under the ring, and then Cody at one point got back under the ring, took his fucking thing, and
Are you kidding me?
and put it back on, and then he went back out and took it off and threw it back into the crowd.
Half this match was about this fucking weight belt. Yeah, but don't throw weight belts, people. Very dangerous.
Yeah, please don't.
Throw a t-shirt, sure. Yeah, fucking keep the goddamn thing. Sell it on eBay.
The guy was being pressured on by the fans to throw the belt back.
Oh, he was on the hard cam. He was being
Yeah.
pressured. He's in Chicago. He was like, sink or swim. I gotta toss this motherfucker. I mean, again, I don't think he had the intention of hurting anybody. It's a dangerous thing to toss.
Can we talk about the best spot in the match with Arn and fucking Tully?
Finally, we got something, but not enough.
They go at it, and like they're face to face in the middle of the ring, and the people are going crazy, and then fucking Jose pops up in the middle. He's like side by side with Tully. It's like, yeah, we're gonna fuck you up, Arn. We're gonna fuck you up, and then both Arn and Tully just punch Jose in the mouth.
I thought he was gonna give him a spine buster. Spine buster.
No, they're saving it. He's gonna spine buster Tully.
Oh hell yeah!
I meant the other guy.
Oh, Jose? No, they're gonna save that spine buster for Tully. He didn't pull the Glock out though.
No
Yep.
Glock.
No
Yep.
Glock
Empty
Anderson
barrel.
this episode.
Yeah, but like I said, this all eventually leads to Cody hitting Pac, Andrade taking care of Pac with the El Idolo, and then fucking Malachi hitting Cody with the Black Mass or whatever the fuck he calls it now. 1, 2, 3, and the heels win again.
It's third victory, Malachi now.
Yep.
Over Cody.
Mm-hmm.
So
Again, I don't know
Yeah.
where this leads to Andrade. Well, we know where this leads for Andrade because he has a match with Cody on the next.
yeah. On the next Dynamite. Should I now or?
No, Rampage. Remember? This is Rampage, baby.
I'm just I don't think they announced anything on there.
They don't announce anything on there.
I don't think they do. But
Alright,
anyway,
well,
keep going, keep talking. Talk. It's just say things.
All right.
Don't talk to me.
What? I'm so confused. So, yeah. That was it. That was your main event.
I had to say another great holiday edition of Dynamite.
Yeah, I really like.
Yeah, Dynamite's been very good. This was a very easy watch. That's
This
the thing
was
about
very
these shows.
good.
They're so easy to sit through.
Yeah, because there's no bullshit.
No,
You had good wrestling. You had an amazing opening segment. The only real bullshit of this entire show is what the fuck Jericho's doing.
Which, again, we will now talk about in our AEW Rampage review.
This is Rampage.
This is Rampage, baby.
That song's not as fun.
So
like, I don't get to go crash bang boom.
So we are now set for.
We're still in Chicago.
Yeah, we're still in Chicago. We're here for Adam's favorite show of the week.
I will say, no.
What?
What?
There's nothing bad on this show.
Oh, I disagree.
Well, we'll get into all that.
This opening match I liked a lot. And we
It's a
kick it
really
off with
fun
Bobby Fish.
match.
We kick off Bobby Fish and Adam Cole taking on the best friends of Wheeler Yuta and Orange Cassidy. I thought this match was very fun, very entertaining. Great way to open up the show. Good tag team work. I thought Wheeler Yuta looking one of his best efforts out there.
He got a lot of stuff in this match.
Bobby Fish looked really good. It was mainly Wheeler Yuta and Bobby Fish. They were like one of the main stories in this.
Yeah, because fucking Cassidy and Cole were mainly the comedy spots. Like the whole point of the match was like Cassidy could not get his hands into his
right from the beginning.
And
so again, I guess that's going to be a TV feud.
I guess this is kind of leads into it, but between this and the whole John Silver thing, there's been a lot of talk about how Cole has been treated so far.
You don't think he's...
obviously between you and me and what we know about Cole, like obviously I don't think he's going to have much of a problem with what he's doing. But, you know...
he knows what he's doing. He picked this for a reason, because he knows he's going to just have fun.
Right.
He knows when the time comes that, it's time to be the serious Adam Cole. That's going to happen. And he had that with Jungle Boy. But, like, you think what the Budge thing has helped John Silver. John Silver is not Adam Cole. It helps John Silver get more over, gets him something noticed, so he gets bigger stock. I guess Orange Cassidy, this is something. It's different.
It's not Hardy. Thank goodness.
Thank God it's not fucking Matt Hardy. It looks like that's done. I hope.
Until he pops up.
Shut up.
Did you hear that Hardy's doing the broken gimmick again?
Is he?
He did it at WrestleCade. He did.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's coming back to TV. I mean, he did say he would bring it back when fans were back.
I don't know.
I take it over fucking Big Money Matt any day of the freaking week.
Yeah, Big Money Matt has run its course.
Yeah, I just don't think Matt Hardy just really translated well as a manager. I mean, you have some wrestlers that do well as a manager, like Leo Rush, but others just don't. And I just think that's what happened with Matt Hardy. And you've got Big Money Matt. He has like 5 different tag teams with him. Where the hell's Private Party?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, let's get Private Party back as baby faces. Let's get TH2 some fucking direction.
I feel those guys.
Well, Butcher and Blade's done again because Butcher's hurt.
Obviously Butcher's hurt, but there's still some stuff you can do with Blade.
And let's and then I'll save my opinions for the Bunny for a main event segment.
I feel like Private Party at one point was like one of the hottest young acts in the company.
They
really were.
They beat the Young Bucks in the first round of the tag team tournament.
I kind of feel like Dante Martin's like the new high flyer they just completely invested in. And it's just like, I'm pretty sure Mark Quinn could probably do half of that stuff that Dante does. Half of it, not all of it, but...
No, Private Party is really entertaining. It's just, they don't get the chance to
honestly,
show that anymore.
If it was just Matt and Private Party this whole time, I think I'd have a different opinion.
This thing would have been a whole lot better, but like this whole Hardy family
then you had like 8 other fucking people and like the biggest
which are all tag teams, by the way.
And the worst part, you know what the saddest part is? The biggest person to come out of the goddamn Hardy family office was the goddamn Bunny.
Yeah.
Anyway, Good opening tag match that has nothing to do with the Hardy family office.
Fish wins with the top rope Falcon Arrow, which was sweet.
He won with the deal, dude.
He won with the deal.
You gotta be so... Excalibur...
I want to take this time to publicly say fuck you to Mr. Hit Kid Worldwide, VPOC, and MTB, literally anybody who just says that the deal doesn't work.
It doesn't, because Hikaru Shida doesn't.
Shouts out to Downtown Jason Brown, though, because he was a big believer in the deal.
Hikaru Shida.
Does she win with it anymore, though? I think that she wins with the Tamashi.
Yeah, but she's won with it, so...
When was the last time she won with it?
Yeah, pal.
I don't have memory.
That's what I thought. But yeah, good match, great match.
Solid tag team match.
But after this, we're backstage with Shivani and Tony Nese. He says he's been scouting the best. He says that he's here to challenge Sammy Guevara for the TNT Championship because he knows there's an open challenge. He says Sammy comes by. He's says I don't want to hear stuff from a guy who hasn't been here for a cup of coffee and hasn't done shit. And he's like, oh, okay, all right, calm down. I didn't mean to do this to get all hostile. I just here to challenge you for the match. He put his hand out, shakes his hand, and then he cheap shots him, and he runs away. And he says, and yeah, that's it. That's our next TNT title match. Tony Nese and fucking Sammy Guevara for the TNT title. VPOC, you stupid moron. I'm just gonna leave it at that. But anything?
How do you feel about Tony Nese?
Dude, I don't. That's the problem. I don't feel anything for this dude. I never have. Not in TNA, not on the Indies, not in the Fed, and most certainly not here.
How do you feel about Tony?
He's just there for me.
All right. Well, I think we all share.
They're gonna have this match. I don't see Sammy dropping the belt here too soon. I wasn't too crazy about Lethal losing his first match on AEW, but it is what it is. But I don't see Tony winning here either. And before you know it, he'll be on Dark.
He's already on Dark.
No, well, he'll be right back there.
We get the brief video package with FTR after the Dynamite match. Says that the Lucha Bros can't beat them straight up, and they're gonna prove it next week on Rampage in a best 2 out of 3 falls match for the AEW Tag Team Championships.
Oh,
you're not a big fan of this?
I don't know. I just don't think these two teams have as good as chemistry I thought they would. Maybe because I was just so underwhelmed by their pay-per-view match. I think if the Briscoes would have wrestled the Lucha Bros, I think they have a better tag team match.
I think they're gonna surprise a lot of people in this 2 out of 3.
I hope so.
I think it's because they have it. It's obvious they're gonna be the main event. They're gonna have a lot of time, and I think this is the perfect way to wrap up this feud. But after this, it is now time for our Black Friday deal match between Britt Baker and Riho, where if Riho wins... What?
What's... why'd you don't have your world champion lose?
Well, the whole point is if Riho wins, she earns a women's world championship match. And guess what? Riho won. So she's got a world championship match. Britt needs to fight someone while she is waiting for Thunder Rosa, dude.
So you have Riho fight someone, and the winner gets to fight Britt.
No!
You don't have the
there's a
world
story
champion.
going because first reign with the belt. Riho wins the belt. Who's the first person?
She lost to a former champion.
That's the point I'm making. Riho wins the belt. Who's the first person she defends the belt against?
Okay, whatever. I get it. A good match, though.
It was a real good match, and I'm pretty sure they're going to have a better match when the world title's on the line. This is a win-win situation.
Which I'm assuming is going to be Battle of the Belts.
I'm pretty sure.
Or a winner is coming, because that's also happening.
Nah, I don't. They already announced the whole Battle of the Belts thing. I don't think there's really a need to defend the belts until then. But then I say that as soon as I say that we got the tag titles being defended next week. So what the fuck do I know? But yeah, they still
TNT title.
Yeah, but this is Baker getting the heat on the first for the good majority of this match. Riho just gets a lot of cool spots in here. She gets a diving crossbody onto both Britt and Rebel on the outside. She hits a nice snap dragon suplex on Britt that looked pretty disgusting. Britt hits the sling blade at one point. They're going back. She gets her with the air raid crash, and that only gets a 2. Riho hits the Northern Light suplex, also gets a 2. She hits a double foot stomp afterwards. That also gets a 2. They're going back and forth. Baker, Riho tries to go for the double knees, but there's nobody there. Riho reverses whatever Baker was trying to go for into a pin attempt and gets the 3. Riho wins the Black Friday deal match. So she gets the championship match. I like it. I love Riho. It was a good match. I love Riho. I love Britt. They're continuing the story of Britt. The Riho is the one woman, along with Thunder Rosa, who just seems to have Britt's number. And I think at Battle of the Belts, Britt is finally going to get her victory over Riho. So this all,
it was a good match.
All works.
No, the only real thing I didn't like on this show was how it ended.
You didn't like the roll-up?
No, the ending of the show.
Oh, okay. Look, I guess.
Okay, so I guess, no, there's a backstage segment, right? Or no, are we done? We're going right to the main event.
They run down the card, which means...
Yes, I do that now.
Yeah.
So this week on Dynamite, so far what I know, because again, something's probably going to get announced on Dark or some shit or whatever. We have Bryan Danielson's going to take on Allen 5 Angels. The last quarterfinal match, Ruby Soho takes on Chris Statlander. We have a tag team match between 2 undefeated tag teams as Darby Allin and Sting take on Billy and his ass kids. And then what presumably I'm going to assume will be the main event of the show, the Atlanta Street fight between Cody Rhodes and Andrade El Idolo, which I'm very much looking forward to. That sounds really good. And then on Rampage, I think we only have 2 matches announced so far. We're going to see 2 title matches. Sammy Guevara will defend the belt against Tony Nese, and then we have a 2 out of 3 falls tag match for the AEW Tag Championships, as FTR will take on current champions, the Lucha Brothers.
Yeah.
So something else will probably get announced for Rampage.
It always does. Gotta watch Dark. Gotta watch Dark Elevation in Dark to get that.
And then Dynamite will probably announce the women's match for Rampage.
And with that...
But it's main event time!
Hey, Kingston and Daniel Garcia, holy shit, this was fucking great!
What a great match that fucking just... Why, Jericho, why?
Alright, look.
We will talk insufferable. Maybe Jericho on commentary was a bad idea.
Maybe
Why did they take Mark Henry off?
Because they wanted someone to do it's time for the main event.
Hey, he's good at that.
Yeah, he's good at that.
Yeah, but he can still do that, be on commentary. Look at Tony Schiavone.
No.
He's on
To be
commentary
fair,
and doing interviews.
I would rather have Henry on. I've heard Henry on commentary during Dark. I'd rather have him than Jericho.
It's fucking Big Show.
He's on Dark.
Jericho
He's on Dark
is
Elevation.
just. Yeah, but he could be on Rampage.
That's
it's just,
true.
oh my god. Or give me Ricky, or just give me Excalibur, Ricky, and
Jericho's
Taz.
quips wouldn't be so bad if he wasn't so fucking loud about it.
He was insufferable in this match. He wouldn't shut the fuck up.
Which, obviously, because of what happens, was partly the reason because of it. But
the match itself is awesome. These two beat the shit out of each other. Palm strikes, fucking strikes, suplexes, wrist takedowns. A great wrestling match.
The fucking ending of this match was so great because Kingston hits the backdrop driver onto Garcia. He tries to go for the Hurricane the first time, and Garcia has enough wherewithal to duck, but he goes for a second one almost immediately and clocks
and gets him. It kills him.
And fucking Garcia crumbles. He crumbles down, and Kingston gets the victory. It was such a great finish. Obviously,
immediately he gets attacked by 2.0.
Yeah.
And then here comes Jericho. And I'm like, oh no. No.
Yeah, so
why Eddie? No, why are we putting Eddie and Jericho together?
Alright. I'm gonna talk about this. Because I know a lot of people
Why?
aren't.
What is this?
A lot of people they look at Jericho and Kingston and it's not the most salivating thing in the world, but this is exactly what Kingston needs. This is what he needs. Because look at all of his other feuds. Miro, Punk, everybody else. All feuds that he has lost up until this point.
His big feud is he beats 2.0.
No, his big feud, obviously, because if you caught the end of it, he didn't want Jericho's help.
Well, you say he beats Jericho.
Yes!
Oh, well, okay, sure.
Because Jericho puts everybody over. If there's one person on AEW that needs that big time victory, it's Kingston. And I don't know if there's a better person right now that you could go with than Jericho. Sure, the match might not be that great, but having Kingston going over Jericho could do something for him.
Yeah, because it did wonders for Orange Cassidy.
Look! I have more faith that they'll do right by Kingston than Cassidy.
And let's be honest, MJF didn't need Jericho. Jericho needed them more than they needed him.
The promos between Jericho and Kingston should be good.
Yeah.
I hope they don't go silly.
Oh,
Jericho knows how to be. Jericho knows how to be serious when the time comes. So here comes my question again. So, top team is done, I assume. Jericho now feuds with Kingston. Mm-hmm.
Well, where the fuck does Pride and Powerful do now?
Didn't you just?
Because it seems like everyone gets lost in the shuffle.
You just answered your own. You just said they fight the fucking. You said a 6-belt match. GCW tag team titles.
I'm shooting. I'm saying I hope that happens. But, like, after that happens, if that's the feud, cool, make that the feud. It just feels like every time the inner circle is not together, they are the ones who get lost in the shuffle. I mean, so does Jake, but who cares?
I think that they're going to be the next ones in line after Jurassic Express.
I'd love for them to be the ones to take it off of Lucha Brothers.
Me too.
Yeah. Because a Christian turns from Jurassic Express, and they're going to be busy with Christian, so that leaves a tag title spot open. And that comes Santana Ortiz.
But yeah, I guess we'll have to wait on that a little bit. But as far as the Rampages, this is probably the best one they've done in a long while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
everything on
God,
here
it's been a while.
hit. Everything was good to great. Main event.
God, it's been
slap.
too long.
Shut the fuck up. Sick of you and your red velvet bullshit.
Oh, we'll talk about Red Velvet in our main event.
Oh my god. But yeah,
Not from my list.
I really liked it. Travis, your thoughts before we move on?
Yeah, so it's a solid Rampage. I like that the show's only an hour. It was, again, a very easy sit through. A lot of stuff went by pretty quickly. I'm not crazy about the Jericho stuff, but I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Gotta let it play out, brother.
Gotta let it play out, brother. Besides that, I mean, the next Rampage is pretty solid. You got, as you guys mentioned, Nice and Guevara should be good. And then you got 2 out of 3 falls. The only thing I'm not really crazy about for next week is Danielson against Allen Angels. I don't care to see that at all. I mean, I understand why they're doing it, but I don't care to see the match. I don't think the match will be any good.
It's gonna kick the shit
Which,
out
I
of
guess it ain't supposed to be. I mean, it should come up more like a squash for Dragon.
Yeah.
I mean, who the hell's Allen Angels?
He kicked out of a V-trigger, and that ended Kenny's career.
Would you look at that?
But,
Son of a bitch.
yeah, that's
For the news,
yeah, it's time for the,
we have probably the quickest news week
yeah,
because nothing happened except for like actual big event news in the world, which is now going to affect a big show coming up in literally a month or so from now, if you think about it.
So it was revealed during this week that we've got a new COVID variant that came out of South Africa that we're now talking about, and everyone's taking this news by stride. No one's freaking out. No one's taking the right, and everybody's doing everything rational, making sure everything's cool. Psych! Everybody's fucking freaking out immediately. A lot of people are already closing the borders, and one of those places just happened to be Japan, because Japan has now closed their borders to all foreign exports and people, so nobody can get into Japan right now. So that is frightening news if you're New Japan Pro Wrestling and you've just booked 3 nights of Wrestle Kingdom in the Tokyo Dome. So
Moxley's not the U.S. champ, is he? Because every time this shit seems to go down, he happens to be the U.S. champion.
Kenta is the current U.S. champion right now.
Gotcha. Okay.
So this changes a lot of. It's mainly the night 2 main event, which is, I don't know if it's going to be, but it was supposed to be the winner of Okada and Shingo taking on Will Ospreay to determine the undisputed IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. But with this recent news, it just doesn't look good, like, at all. So,
well, I have a plan B.
What's the plan?
Team up with Dragon Gate and Noah.
Well, that's the thing.
Got 3 nights to fill.
They've already announced the Noah show, the New Japan versus Noah show on the 3rd night of Wrestle Kingdom, so that's already happening. But yeah, not looking too good for New Japan at the moment. Do you think they change it to at least 2 nights now? Considering
how long are they closing their doors?
That's
to the border.
That's the thing, we don't know, because we just found out about this new COVID variant like a few days ago, 2-3 days ago. So not much is known, which is kind of terrifying at the moment. But people are already they're just not taking the chance like they did last time. So who knows? It could be a short minute. It could be a long while. We're not entirely sure. But all we know is that for right now, that's not good news for New Japan, and that's not good for any other Japanese wrestling promotion at the moment. because it just looked like Japan was finally looking like they were going to get their shit together in terms of their wrestling. But with this news breaking out, it's just not ideal, to say the least.
Yeah, it seems like COVID's never going to go away. It's going to be like an on and off thing, like a light switch. Just when you think things are slowly getting back to normal, something else happens. A new variant comes out. Everyone gets in panic mode, shutdown mode, and it's just going to be on and off. It's just going to be a rinse and repeat at this point for the next several years. This sucks. I mean, it sucks for them. It sucks for any American wrestlers who want to get booked over there but can't. It sucks for any American wrestlers who are over there and can't come back. I'm not sure how that's going to work out. I guess if you're American and you're over there, I guess you're stuck there, which kind of stinks. So who knows? Hopefully this is short term. Hopefully this variation of the corona goes away fast, or maybe it's not as serious as I thought it is. But yeah, man, I just hope for the best for everyone involved, and just no more casualties from this damn virus.
Yeah, I know this sucks. This absolutely sucks. To keep up with some more news coming in from Japan. J Sports recently announced that they have decided to end their partnership with WWE. J Sports is a Japanese broadcast that has shared episodes of Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown to the viewing public. However, it's been revealed that they will not be renewing their deal with the WWE, and the weekly showings of Raw and SmackDown will be ending as soon as of December 31st, 2021. The following statement was made. It says, "Thank you for watching J Sports December 31st, 2021. All 6 programs of English version / Japanese subtitle version highlight version of WWE Raw and WWE SmackDown that have delivered to WWE fans nationwide for many years. Broadcasting distribution of the pay-per-view tournament will end on December 27th. That's on a Monday, and that was shared by J Sports itself. This also comes at an interesting time because one, Kairi Sane, aka Kairi Hojo, just recently put up a bit of a cryptic tweet that pretty much was like an hourglass, which could be signifying that she might be finally free to get the fuck out of there. So hopefully we're gonna be seeing Kairi Hojo a lot sooner rather than later at this point, because after everything that has just happened, not just this year but last year as well, with the whole NXT Japan thing just not working out, like, Kairi just doesn't have a reason to be there anymore, and it seems to be just a matter of time before she's just gone.
Boy, Triple H's NXT World Domination plan is really all in the shit.
Fuck. Like, in a quick...
I mean, thank God it's not happening, because they as much as people like NXT and what Triple H has done with the Black and Gold brand, he wanted to. I mean, this was used to kill the Indies.
Yeah.
His vision of NXT was used to destroy ROH, and he succeeded. But then, what he was not prepared for was some other wrestling show on TNT.
Mm-mm.
And once he lost that ratings war to them, I mean, that was it for Triple H. He practically lost his job, or he got a demotion from his spot running NXT. And it's like, in whatever plans he had, expanding into the UK, into South America, South Africa, Japan, Europe, it's all gone. It all go away. It vanish.
Yeah. And
thank God it did vanish. Could you imagine? I mean, I still think they would have gotten destroyed with NXT Japan. He wasn't Noah.
They tried with Noah. They couldn't do it. Noah wasn't having any of it. They actually tried to go to fucking Wrestle 1, which was Muto's promotion. And that almost happened, but I don't want to say thankfully the pandemic happened, but I guess if the pandemic doesn't happen, then who the fuck knows what would happen at that point. But it's just, a series of events that just kept spiraling, and now it's almost completely gone at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like the only thing that's left is NXT UK.
Yeah. And even then, it's like, they could get rid of that at any point of time.
Yeah. I mean, the only talent I'm really worried about with them would be Walter. Where does he go? Does he come to the States? But Walter doesn't want to move to the States. No. Here's what you do. Offer him a lot of fucking money!
At that point, yeah. But after this, we got a little bit of news from Noah because Kenta was revealed on their latest show that he would be returning to Noah. I believe January 1st, Noah has a New Year's show that they are doing. Kenta will be making his official return to Noah, not as Hideo Itami, but as actually Kenta for the first time in, I believe, 7-8 years is when he left. So very big news there for a lot of Noah fans. Not the only big news though. Recently, Noah had a main event which featured the likes of the JHC World Champion Keno and the JHC National Champion. The JHC National Champion, who was Keno, and the GHC World Heavyweight Champion, which was Katsuhiko Nakajima. And after the match, we got a returning Go Shiozaki, who Nakajima has a very storied history with when it comes to Noah. If you remember their tag team Axis that broke up about a year and a half ago. So it seems like that's where the next big Noah feud is heading. So two big returns for Noah in the form of Kenta and Go Shiozaki. And this all moving forward to the fact of the third Wrestle Kingdom show that New Japan is doing, where it will be New Japan versus Noah. So a lot of more interesting things being played here. But
yeah, I mean, we mentioned that New Japan and Noah are doing like a versus battle on night 3 of Wrestle Kingdom. So I mean, Kenta going to Noah, I guess it's kind of like their gift in return. You know, you do this, we'll give you Kenta for one night or for whatever to do these days to help promote the Super Show that's happening on night 3 of Wrestle Kingdom. So I think this is cool. I mean, Kenta played a very big role for them in the mid 2000s before he left to go to WWE.
Yeah, he was pretty much, he was their guy. Like, when people think of Noah, they think of Kenta. He was the ace of that company, and for him to, finally be making his return, even if it is just like a one-night only thing, it is a big deal because he is so, he's a part of that company. Forever.
Yeah, he's connected. Yeah.
He is very much connected to Noah's history. So, yeah, very cool things happening there. As stated, the Best of the Super Juniors is still happening. El Phantasmo beat Hiromu Takahashi in the main event of the Best of the Super Juniors, which kept him alive in the tournament. Also, tag team tournament going on in New Japan as well. I know that Sonata and Naito are currently crushing it because they are I believe the only team undefeated at this moment during World Tag League. So more stuff to come in the later weeks, but that's going to be it for me on my side. So
exciting news.
Fuck you.
Yes.
I'm going to be there, Zaya.
I'm going to be there, Zaya.
I sat here for like 2 minutes looking like a moron.
Oh, you are a moron. So Indie Spotlight, that's the real big news this week. They sold out Hammerstein Ballroom in less than 48 hours, I think it was.
Yeah.
Every seat gone, except for right now. I mean, I think the secondary market for like scalpers and everything are going for double the price of like what a regular ticket was. So like the seat that I have, which is a balcony seat, I paid $64 in total. They're charging like $90 to $100, so that's what you're looking at off market. So sorry, VPOC.
I don't think VPOC is currently still rooting for Nice to win the belt this week, so no, sorry, VPOC.
Back on Chelsea, Effie, Joey Janela, all announced. Alex Zane making his return, but the big name so far that they have announced Eddie Kingston coming to GCW. That's amazing. GCW this week, though, does have a doubleheader coming to you live from Dallas and Houston, Texas. December 3rd in Houston, they will present So High, the match card. A lot of Texas-based wrestlers on here, but some of the matches that I think will catch the attention of some people. Tony Deppin's taking on Bandito, Alex Zane and Ninja Mac. Effie's going to take on Sadika. She's like a deathmatch wrestler from Mexico. If you're familiar with MLW, Alley Catch will take on Gio Medina. Yeah, are some of the matches that are going to be taking place there. And then on the 4th, they are live in Dallas for So Live. Just announced Dante Leon and Ninja Mac will challenge the Briscoes for the GCW tag titles. Charlie Evans set to be in action. Alley Catch taking on Thunder Rosa. Joey Janela is in action. Demonic Flamita and Tony Deppin and Jimmy Lloyd and John Wayne Murdoch. Other matches probably to be announced within the next few days, probably. Or not. You know, GCW works. Things just happen at random. Also, this past weekend, they presented their first LA Fights show in the same way that they did Jersey Championship Wrestling, coming back as like a mini East Coast knockoff, like spin-off of GCW. GCW has now opened up their own West Coast wing, so there you go, Zahai. Keep a lookout for that.
Yay!
They presented this live from Los Angeles. I don't know how far that is for you.
It's about probably like 20, 30 minutes away.
Oh, there you go. So they presented this past Sunday a lot of names that I'm just not familiar with because I just don't know the West Coast scene that much. Maybe Zahaya does instead, but maybe probably not because he doesn't care.
I guess it would depend.
Do you know what hasn't sold out?
Raw.
No, ROH Final Battle.
Oh,
Wait, really?
They still have tickets available. And yeah, they're you know.
Yeah, they're not. I mean, they're not gonna. I don't even know what that card is gonna look like. Oh, one of the matches is that Brian Johnson guy's taking on Josh Woods for the Pure title. Nah, I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna stay home. I'm more excited to watch the NWA pay-per-view this weekend than ever watch Final Battle. Mike Knox, bro, is gonna win the world title.
So you say.
Are we gonna talk about that?
Mike
No! No!
You know, we are gonna talk about Sahaya.
What are we going to talk about?
Because next week we have a third segment.
Well, to quickly go over the card for Final Battle, let's see. You got
Yeah,
Rox.
well, let's hear this first.
Well, let's see. You mentioned Josh Woods versus Brian Johnson. They're really trying hard with that Brian Johnson guy.
Yeah, well, too bad. Doesn't matter anymore.
Kenny King versus Shane Taylor.
Nope.
The OGK versus the Briscoes for the tag belts.
Oh, okay.
Shane Taylor Promotions versus Brody King, Flip Gordon, and Dragon Lee for the 6-man titles.
That's a random team.
Sure.
Dalton Castle versus Ray Horace for the TV title.
Yeah, you know, he's champion.
He is. He just beat Dragon Lee in the last show, which kind of makes me wonder if that's Dragon Lee's final appearance.
Could be.
Roxy versus Willow Nightingale or Mandy Leone for the women's title.
Oh, please let it be Willow.
And finally, for the world belt, Jonathan Gresham, the challenger, faces the champion Bandito.
And Jonathan Gresham will be the last ROH champion ever.
As it should be. Because I don't...
yeah. What?
I don't know who else could possibly win the belt.
That's next week, right?
The pay-per-view's on
Yes.
the 11th.
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
It's next week.
Well, I'll watch it through Twitter.
Come on, it's the last era. It's the last one.
It's the last ride.
It literally is. You have to watch it, dude.
Yeah, but we have to talk about next episode.
All right.
Next episode, we're going to be talking about a show that you're going to watch this Friday.
I don't like where this is going.
Yes, on IWTV, we're going to be talking next week about ETU, Zaya. Because I'm going to be there. So we're going to have to talk about it.
Why don't you run down the card?
Well, so far only 2 matches were announced for ETU. So to clarify what ETU is, if anybody is familiar with the very famous Wrestling Universe store in New York, if you pay attention to the Major Figure podcast, you probably have heard of them. They're doing their own company, or at least they're doing a first-time show and see what happens here. Only 2 matches have been announced so far. They want to keep the rest of the matches a surprise for the show, even though they've announced pretty much everybody that's going to be on the card. But so far, the IWTV Independent Wrestling Championship of the World will be defended as John Wayne Murdoch will take on current champion Alex Shelley. And the other match announced is going to be Jonah taking on ACH. That sounds really good. But also set to appear, the SATs are returning to the ring.
Wow.
Ricky Shane Page. What?
The SATs?
Yes.
Yeah.
As in Joel and Jose Maximo.
Okay.
You do not... You know who the SATs are, right?
Just say that I do.
Wow,
they wrestled in the early days of ROH. In 2000,
and TNA.
They were like the 2002 indie scene.
Put me over, brother. Make me look good.
Former XPW wrestler Joker.
Oh, hell yeah. That's my dude.
Ricky Shane Page will be on the card. Masha Slamovich, Prince Nana. Ken Broadway, Billy Starks. Let's see who, again, like the names we had already mentioned. A few other names, including an appearance by one Shane Douglas. Which makes Zahaya a very happy man.
Why?
Cole Roderick will also be on the show. Homicide was supposed to be on the show. He will not be attending. There could be another surprise. Who knows? And Zahaya, it's going to be on it. I'm going to give you all the access to it, and we're going to talk about this show on the next episode. Hey, it could be good, it could be bad. We'll see what happens. This could be a one-time over deal.
I hope it's a one-time. Because you
might enjoy it.
You're making me watch.
Yes.
Fucking Shane Douglas.
Well, we don't know if he's wrestling, but anyway, that's what that's going to be happening this week. Catch that on IWTV. Is where you'll be able to watch ETU. Also, I believe this weekend, now that I have just remembered it. No, next week, next Thursday. So, I mean, I'll talk about it now, but next Thursday, VXS returns to Fight TV with their big show that they're going to be taking place in California. They just announced Jimmy Lloyd will take on Leo Rush. And, of course, their big main event of the evening, PCO taking on Too Cold Scorpio.
All right, that sounds legitimately insane.
So that will be next week. Now, A good thing I'll mention it now. Before next week, I'll also mention it on the next episode. They will only be showing this live the day of. You will have to wait until the 16th for it to be on demand, as they want to make sure when the VOD goes up, it doesn't have any audio or visual issues. They want to have the best quality for you to watch. So don't expect it to be up right afterwards, but you can catch it on the 16th, but live on the 9th. Besides that, I got nothing else for the indie spotlight except for always say support independent pro wrestling. It is the backbone of our business, and without them, there is no future.
All right. Well, there you do it for.
It's time for me to get my crown back.
Well, hold on. So.
No.
All right. So I am not 100% ready. For the game show. There are a little bit of technical problems going on right now. So, we will save.
We're doing Travis's segment first?
Yeah, so we will save.
All right, well, I have my lists ready.
All right. Well,
Travis, it is now time for you to take the floor and tell our viewers what will be your segment that we are discussing tonight.
Well, since we know that AEW's been around for, what, about 3 years?
Yeah, pretty much.
So we know that contracts are going to be coming up.
Contracts.
I believe a lot of wrestlers were signed on 3-year deals. I know as of recently, the Young Bucks have re-signed. I believe it's I think for the next 4 years, it's 2026 or whatever. And there being rumors that Kenny Omega and Cody Rhodes have also secretly re-signed, but they haven't gone public with it yet. So with that said, we got some contracts coming up, and I figure, you know what? Let's choose 5 guys that we would probably most likely not re-sign to a contract. And 5 guys that we think AEW could possibly pick up, no matter what spot on the card they could be in. We think will help benefit them in AEW.
Now,
So, I guess I'll go first with my first guy I would let go.
So how are we doing this? Are we going to do the entire list in what order? Are we going to go one at a time? How do you want to do this?
Good question.
So hi, you're the host.
Yeah, but this is Travis's whole ordeal.
Oh, good point. So yeah, do you want to go one at a time? I don't have a particular number order.
Well, it doesn't have to be in order. You just, list 5 people.
Do you want to do all 5 of yours at once? We discuss, or we want to go one by one? That's the decision here.
I'll do all 5. I mean, make it go by quicker, and I'll just give my reason for each. I'll just give a brief description of each.
All right, and we'll all give our opinion afterwards. Come on.
Yep. All right. First I have on my list, Joey Janela.
Oh no, that's my boy.
I don't know what I'm pretty sure he's been used on Dark a lot, but he hasn't really been on TV that much. I never saw the hype in Janela. He does nothing for me.
You're never coming back on this show.
He's an indie guy. Keep his ass in the indies. Let him do his Joey Janela spring
That's
break.
my boy.
I don't give a shit. I don't care who your boy is, who your girl is, who's your inspiration, who gets you all tingling inside. I don't give a shit.
He does.
All right, number 2, Luther. That fat, bald-headed guy who looks like
goes up the black.
Who looks like a rejected Uncle Fester.
Luther. Sahaya.
Yeah.
We can't agree on this.
Just let him do it. Just let him finish.
I don't care. Why did they bring this guy in? I've never heard of this
Jericho.
guy.
Jericho.
Apparently he's friends with Jericho.
That's why he's here.
He's done some hardcore shit in Japan. I don't care. This guy has done nothing since being brought into AEW. I think he does shit behind the scenes, I would assume. But really, what does he bring to the table? What has he contributed? Nothing. Get his ass off TV. Wow. Every time he wrestles, he botches. He slips on the ring apron. He looks tired. He looks like he doesn't want to be there. So why bring him there? Leave his ass at home. Number 3. Let me see here. Kip Sabian. I understand he has an arm injury, but this guy has done nothing for me. I think he's from the UK. Is he? Maybe not. No.
I think so.
No, he's from the UK. He's British.
Okay, leave him over there.
Well, he's married to Penelope, so.
I don't give a shit.
Well, he can't just go over there.
All right, then we'll bring her over there and leave her there too.
I mean,
Hey, Kip, you forgot something. Boom, Penelope.
Oh my gosh! This dude's brutal.
I'm sorry. I don't know why they put Miro with them. It really hold down Miro, and then he broke out and became
because
those God promos, and then this is fucking awesome.
Well, they put Miro with him because Kip's former partner was a pedo or whatever. Right? Or was he just one of the sexual harassment people? I don't know what Jimmy Havoc did.
Shit.
No, so this, you know who's kind of like Jimmy Havoc? Oh. Remember Rusev?
No.
Yeah, he likes video games.
He likes video games. What the fuck?
So was that 3 or was that 4?
That's 3.
Wow, number 4.
Give me a minute. They're not doing anything with this team. I'm gonna wrap them as one. T2H or TH2, whatever the fuck they're called. Jack Evans and Angelico. I loved Angelico so much. Lucha Underground. He was one of the highlights of that show for me. They booked him so much better than AEW has. In AEW, he just feels like just another guy. Or maybe he's just not that good, and Lucha Underground did a very good job at hiding that. Because to me, it just feels like he just doesn't belong in AEW. Same with Jack Evans. Those guys feel like they just feel so out of place with everything else going on. And they haven't done anything to stand out. They haven't done any. I feel like they've lost every single match they've been on TV. I mean, it seems like AEW's never gonna invest in them. So why still keep them there? You might as well just let them go. I kind of want to see them go elsewhere because them in AEW, it's not working for me, brother. And my final pick for number 5, Brian Cage. Does anybody miss him? Because I don't. I mean, with the exception of his wife, I don't see anyone clamoring to see Brian Cage back on TV. The biggest mistake with Brian Cage is that they broke him away from Team Taz. I don't know why he was the one to break away. I would have thought that spot would have went to Ricky Starks since he can carry himself and he can talk. Brian Cage cannot talk. I would have kept him and Hobbs as a tag team. I think they definitely would have gotten over better as a team because Hobbs at this. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Hobbs right now he's not really. He's just basically playing bodyguard because again he hasn't really been booked as much either. But at least he's with Team Taz. So at least he's being featured on TV in some capacity. But with Brian Cage, him breaking away from Team Taz was the worst thing to happen to him. He lost twice to Ricky Starks, and then we haven't seen him since.
Well, because he hasn't gone to a doctor.
He has a what?
Oh, he's anti-vax.
Yeah.
I don't mean nothing. He could be vaxxed, and I still don't know what to do with him.
No, I mean, if he's anti-vax, he can't work.
Does his wife know that?
Yeah, probably.
All right, well, she's blaming AEW. Book my husband. Why don't you book him to a doctor's appointment? And that's my 5. I'm pretty sure there's other people names I've forgotten. You bastards are lucky.
We will. We'll go.
Oh yeah. Honorable mentions would be Big Swole.
Oh.
She sucks.
Wow.
Leva Bates too. She sucks too. Sunny Kiss.
We'll do signed after we go through all of our fired. Zahir, do you want to go next or you want me to go next? Because mine's a bit more... Okay, well, mine is a bit closer to my heart. So, we'll work our way to the top because I have my number 1 at the top. But none of these are in order except for my number 1. But let's start at the bottom here. Let's go with Anthony Ogogo. Why is he still here? Why is he a part of this roster? And why was he brought in to begin with?
I believe he was a boxer who was trying to break into wrestling.
So they bring him in, they hype him up, and the first interview he has mainstream, he announces that, oh yeah, I can't really get hit in the face because then I can't see anymore. I'll be blind and shit. And I'm like, so this guy can't do bumps. It's going to be one of those, like, we have to make sure he's protected at all times. The Cody Rhodes feud was god-awful.
Oh, weird.
This was a waste of time. I don't know if this was, like, their way of getting, like, a celebrity-type deal, or like, oh, cool, we have the boxer, we have, like, oh, we can have our own mixed martial arts. I don't know. I understand what they were going with, but this guy failed. Also, he also is anti-vax. So, get rid of him. Let's also get rid of Brian Cage. I feel like that might be Tahaya. Let's just get this out of the way. Is he also on your list?
Yeah.
So let's get Brian Cage out of the way.
We agreed on one.
We all agreed on Brian Cage because, when he first showed up, I was like, cool, Brian Cage. But then I started to think, well, I understand why he was here. We need more big guys. Well, now AEW has enough big guys that we don't need Brian Cage anymore.
Well,
And it just
I'm sorry. I was gonna say what else I heard Brian Cage from is that he lost to. Did he lose to Blanchard, Tessa?
Yes.
Why would someone his size lose to a female?
That's a different argument.
That's a whole different argument.
But Brian Cage, I never really understood what he actually does bring to the table. I do agree with Travis. I think most of us have agreed on the fact that him and Hobbs would have been a much better idea going forward, being led by Taz. You have a cool powerhouse tag team in the tag division because there isn't really a big powerhouse team except for Bear Country, but they lose to the Gun Club, I guess, because that's something we do. Just gonna point it out, the Gun Club are not on my list.
Wow.
I know.
I think there's potential with the kids.
I think there's potential with Colton, and Billy is cool, and then there's the idiot, who hopefully gets fired because he said naughty words on Twitter.
Oh my god.
He was 17!
Yeah, well, he can 17 his ass out of this company.
He could be 17 in the Dark Order. If they want to keep him in the company, but don't want to show his face. He's number 17.
Oh, he'll trust me. He'll find a way to make it known that it's Austin fucking Gunn under there because the motherfucker just loves the camera. Fucking hate him. Anyway, yeah, Brian Cage. I feel like we've said enough about Brian Cage. He doesn't bring anything to the table. He's way more suited going to the Fed. The Fed always felt like that was his final destination. I don't know how he never got there already. And plus, his politics fit well with their politics, so it all works out for him. I'm going to get rid of the Bunny.
Okay.
Allie has proven to... I don't know what happened. She used to be one of the best female wrestlers going. She had amazing shit going on in Impact. Stuff in Canada she did as Cherry Bomb. Great stuff. This woman at one point was consistently for like 4 years in the top 25 for PWI Women of the Year. Then all of a sudden she comes to AEW. She has this awful fucking run with Brandy, with the Nightmare Sisters. That shit was garbage. Then she does the stupid stuff with QT when it made no sense when her husband was also on the fucking roster. I think she's good as a manager. She's fine in that regard. But they put her on TV way too much, and she was all over the fucking summer on TV, and I was tired of it because she lost whatever cool personalities she had in the ring. She has lost it. I'm getting rid of the Bunny. We don't need her. Butcher the Blade, they don't need her. Alright, so I have two people left. One of them is an obvious one. The other one is my more surprising one.
I thought we only had to do 5.
And this is 5.
Okay.
I've only done 3.
Alright.
Yeah, he's on. So let's do his 4th. What you got?
Would you rather hear the obvious one or the surprising one?
Obvious.
Well, that's going to be Red Velvet.
Alright.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
Red Velvet is a disappointment. This woman had so much hype and build up around her, and at first I was like, this girl's got it. And she does that match with Jade and the Shaq and the Cody Rhodes, and that's great. And ever since then, god damn it, does she botch or have miscommunication in every match. You want to fire her, or you want to get her off TV. She needs way more training than what she's getting. I don't understand how she is in positions over people like Diamante or Layla Hirsch or even Big Swole, even though I know Travis isn't a big fan, but I think she's way better than Red Velvet is. Red Velvet, it does not. I get it. She looks like Brandy Rhodes. Brandy's probably like, well, if I can't wrestle, I'll surrogate myself into this somehow with this Red Velvet character. I don't think she's that great. I don't think her mic skills are all that like impressive. Like she's just kind of a bland character. I don't like her. She botches way too much, and it's very obvious too. And again, that moonsault. I keep going back to that moonsault. Awful looking shit. Get rid of Red Velvet. No, bad. Not worth it. You have plenty of other women on that roster who should be getting a better push than she does. And then the last person I'm getting rid of, who I think honestly made the wrong decision. And I know you're going to say this and that about the Fed and all, but I think he made the wrong decision. And that's Ethan Page.
Mm.
Oh, Ethan's your number one.
No, my number one is Velvet.
Okay, Ethan was the surprise.
Yes, because I don't think he's doing all that well for a guy who had huge stock coming off of this Impact run. He has become more of just a guy on this roster than I have seen anybody in AEW come in with a huge impact. I mean, he comes in as the surprise man in the ladder match, and even then, when he made his return in that, like his debut in that, the buzz for Ethan Page just wasn't that big. And ever since then, he had the really cool little mini feud with Darby, which was great. But all the American Top Team garbage. I don't think him and Scorpio have had any success as a tag team. I feel like he is so directionless, and he's not one of those guys like Miro or Andrade or Pac or Archer who can bounce back and oh, here's a cool new thing for you to do. It's well, what do you do next for Ethan? Who does he mesh well with, and where does he fit in? I think AEW was the wrong decision for him. I think he is one of the few people that at WWE does do benefit well. So I would get rid of Ethan.
So were you a fan of American Top Team versus Inner Circle, just that whole build-up?
I thought the match was fun. I hated everything about the build-up.
Yeah,
we were very much mixed on the build on the way to it, because on 1 week we have positive things to say about it, and then the next week we'd be absolutely loathing it. So it was very much a mixed bag.
Yeah, because
here's the issue. In all of it, though, on the ups and the downs, we talked the least about Ethan and Scorpio.
Yeah.
Because now I have no idea where America's Top Team goes from here.
Well, I think they're done.
For now.
Honestly, I think that's done. And
now.
What does the Men of the Year do now? I have no idea. Scorpio, I feel like he has enough longevity in his career that he has, he can be good backstage-wise and training. Ethan has such a bigger career I think he can go for outside of AEW right now.
And you think that's the Fed?
Whether it's the Fed or whether he does what a Cardona is doing and just going to every promotion possible and getting his name out there and getting himself over more. I would have said maybe even ROH, but obviously that's not happening anymore. But him in over in Japan would be very fun. I think he has a good style for that. If the UK scene ever tries to make its way back, he works over there. I just think right now he is way, way, way lost in the shuffle in AEW, and I don't see an opening for a win. But it's your turn, Zion.
All right. Well, I guess I can take Cage out of this, since everyone has pretty much said Cage. So I want to preface this by saying I do not wish that anybody on this list actually gets released from their contracts. I believe that everybody should have a job here for as long as their contract permits, and if they want to leave, that should be their choice. I think everyone on this roster... I wouldn't say everyone, but I think a lot of people on this roster contribute one thing or another. This is just, if I had to take a guess of people...
Except for Brian Cage.
If this was my guess, if I had to take a guess of people who could be released out of AEW, this would be my guests. And I guess I'll start with the first one, which is Frankie Kazarian. I tried to give the Elite Hunter a chance, because as soon as I heard the Elite Hunter, I was immediately brought back to Bullet Club Hunter. And God knows how well that went over in New Japan. Spoiler alert, it didn't. They had a total of 3 members, which was Yoshihashi, Captain New Japan, and sometimes Billy Gunn. And it was made even worse because Yoshitatsu was turned on by Captain fucking New Japan. So, I was hoping that this whole thing with Kazarian would be different. It didn't. It wasn't any different. Except for the fact that Kazarian didn't get turned on by fucking Captain New Japan. That was the only way this wasn't different. It's just the thing where it's like with Kazarian, he's obviously still very good for a man his age. He's got a lot of experience, but, like, what do you do with him? Especially with everybody else that's coming in / could come in the future. Just like, I don't know if there's a spot for him anymore. Unless they're just going to bring back Daniels and bring that team back. And if they wanted them to be a team. But even then, I think that's retreading, ground that we've already explored. And I don't think there's any shelf life in an SCU in AEW. At least not right now. So it's like, Kazarian, at this point, if it was just like a guess, he'd probably be on the list. Another person who would be on that list would be specifically Jack Evans. I still see a lot of upside in Angelico. I think Angelico can do a lot of good. Just being a good hand, just being a good worker. He's very technically proficient, but... And I know that people love Jack Evans, but man, I think people just need to admit that he's just not the same dude we watched in Ring of Honor. And, that's fine, but it's like he's just not translating well when it comes to TV. Because it's like he's not as fast as he used to be. He's not as clean as he used to be, and he's just not. He's worn down. His body's been beaten up, and it shows. It shows all the time because he doesn't look all that motivated when he wrestles. You could see kind of just like going through the motions with him most of the time. And that kind of sucks, especially with Jack Evans, especially with the kind of reputation that Jack Evans has. It's just that I don't know if AEW really has a place for Jack at this point. Maybe he shows a little bit more fire in the next year or so, but as it is now, I just don't see it.
I think Jack Evans, is one of those guys who he needs to be around other people. I don't think he doesn't work as a singles act. He can work as a tag team act, or he's in some group, but on his own he just doesn't work. And even in the group he's in now, the whole Hardy Office shit is blah.
Yeah.
I think they could get something out of him if they were investing him and Angelico as a team. But I feel like AEW has never gone all in with them, all in when investing in them. They've just been a team that was just there.
Yeah. But the next two I'm just going to include as a group because they pretty much are. Kip Sabian and Penelope Ford. I've tried. I actually like Kip Sabian. I think I think he's a good worker. I think that he's got a good look to him. He's not the best on the microphone, but he's young, and I think that could get better. I just don't know if he's TV ready at the moment. Like I said, very good worker, but it's just like they've tried to make something stick with this dude, and it just hasn't happened. He's not the most talked about. He rarely gets like, and you can say whether this is his fault or not, but he rarely gets like any time to really show like what his character is supposed to be. It's very much like a fucking Trent Beretta situation, I think, when you think back to Trent's run in the Fed, where it's like, obviously this dude's got talent, and like he's really good, and you can see that he's really good. It's just that for some reason it just does not translate well on TV, which I think is the big problem here with both Kip Sabian and Penelope Ford. Because I think if you do this gimmick anywhere else, hell, I think if you even did this gimmick in GCW, this would work a hell of a lot better. But
I'll tell you why it'll work better. Because GCW is not on TV. The thing is, a lot of these indie guys that when AEW first started, they bought them all in. And the reason a lot of them haven't done well because none of them have ever been on television before. What they've done on the indies doesn't necessarily mean it's going to translate well on TV. Look at Joey Janela. Look at Sonny Kiss. Look at half of these acts. I mean, you think someone like Joey Ryan wanted to come in with AEW to do his dick shtick. And Khan's like, no. Of course, this was before the whole speaking out movement happened. But that's why I think a lot of these indie guys just never translated well on television because all they done was their indie stick and their shtick, and that's all they know. They never been on TV. They never worked around a JR before or an Arn Anderson. All these producers, so a lot of this was all new to them.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
And the people that have been on TV, like a lot of the ex-WWE guys, have succeeded being on AEW television. And of course, they're going to get more screen time because, one, people know them. Two, they've been on television before, so they know how this works.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. Just some people, they're obviously talented. It's just they're not TV ready. And I think that's the case with Kip Sabian. But I think if you gave him like enough time to just like roam around the indies or just let him compete elsewhere, I think in time he could be ready for a big TV spot coming back. But that's just where I am right now. The last person I have is fucking Aaron Solo. I don't fuck. Out of everyone, I see the point in Nick Camarado, and I see the point in QT Marshall. Hell, I can even see the point in freaking Anthony Ogogo. I cannot, for the life of me, understand why Aaron Solo is around. He contributes nothing. He gets nothing. There's no reaction. He is as subpar of a wrestler as you can get. No. No, absolutely not.
I haven't seen enough of him to really give an opinion on him, honestly. The only time I've seen him is just him being a henchman, just taking bumps. I really think AEW would benefit if they would send at least like, let's say a dozen or even 2 dozen at this point, since they got so many talents, of like their undercard guys, like Private Party, Aaron Solo, Red Velvet, Big Swole, and a few of the people that compete on Dark. I would let them compete elsewhere. A few months here in Mexico, a few months in Japan, have a working relationship, and have them improve their craft. Let them work other styles. Let them wrestle other places. Let them be exposed to crowds more. Jay Cargill, another one I would throw in that group. Let them get better. Let them go away off TV for a while. Let guys like CM Punk, Adam Page, Danielson they'll take care of the television. And even Wheeler Yuta, I would send him away for a bit because if you want to build your next 4 pillars and your future, let them get better because they're not going to get better just being booked on television here and there every other week. Let them do more indie dates. Work out something with New Japan. Work out something with AAA. Let them get better. I think Private Party would do wonders if they spent 6 months in Japan. You can make that argument for a lot of the talents.
But I guess that's for our released talent. So I guess it's now time to reveal who we would be signing to AEW. So I guess we'll go back to you, Travis, on this one.
All right, this first one might surprise you guys. Number 1 would be Davey Boy Smith Jr.
No!
Because
I'm already sick of it.
What the hell are they doing with Lance Archer as a singles guy? They need, if they want a monster tag team, there you go. Davey Boy Smith Jr. Killer Elite Squad, managed by Jake Roberts.
I understand that Archer doesn't really have much of a spot right now. I get that, but please, for my sanity, do not bring back the Killer Elite Squad.
This is quite tough because I may say a lot of the obvious names. Let's see here. I'm gonna group these guys as one. Shane Taylor Promotions.
Oh yeah, they're real good.
Shane Taylor, ever since he dropped the TV title and ever since Joey Mercury saved his ROH career by ranting on Twitter about them, Shane Taylor has done wonders in this pandemic era of ROH. He's gotten a lot better on the mic. He carries himself better, and him having this group, he's benefited all these guys. So I would definitely like to see him do more on a bigger stage. Of course, AEW is pretty cluttered right now with a lot of guys, so it may be a struggle, but I think he'd do pretty good if given the opportunity. Him and his friends. Let's see. I don't know about EC3. No. Keith Lee is number 3. One, just for the reason him and Shane Taylor have history in ROH. They used to be a tag team. So I definitely think they could do an angle with Shane Taylor trying to promote him into Shane Taylor Promotions. And then they could kind of do some type of program, whether it be teaming with each other or against each other. I think that program could be used to test the both of them, just to see how they would do against each other, how they would do in the mic, and just see if the crowd would get invested in them. They'll definitely get invested in Keith Lee, since he was in WWE, but Shane Taylor would definitely be more of a question mark. But with the history that those two have, I think they could do something pretty cool with them. Shane Taylor has such a weird body.
He does.
Not trying to sound,
no,
sexual, but he has a weird looking body.
Okay.
Let's see. Number 4, Mia Yim.
Okay.
I was going to put her with Keith Lee together, but I think Mia Yim... The reason I didn't because I don't want Mia Yim to get typecast as being Keith Lee's wife. She can have her own identity. I've always liked Mia Yim. It's a shame of what they've done with her on the main roster. With that whole fucking... the hell's the name of that group? Retribution. What was her name? Retaliation? Judgment Day. I don't know what her name was.
Freaking remember.
It was Reckoning.
I only remember
Reckoning.
I only remember Slapjack.
Yeah, Slap Nuts, T-Ball, Bar, whatever the hell.
Donovan Dickhead.
I'm surprised he didn't get cut yet. Oh god, let me not give him any ideas. But yeah, I think she definitely benefit to the women's division. AEW does have a lot of female wrestlers, but a lot of them aren't good or still very average in the ring. That's including Britt Baker. I still think she's okay in the ring, but she's getting there. She's getting better. I think she's got to be in the ring with better female performers like a Sarita Deeb, Thunder Rosa, or like Mia Yim. So definitely Keith Lee. Who did I say? Keith Lee, Mia Yim, Davey Boy. All right, I'm still debating Davey Boy because after what you said, I'm like, all right, maybe I'm going. I'm pushing it, but Davey Boy is just more for something for Lance Archer to do.
I guess
because outside of him, I mean, Lance Archer would be another guy I would possibly let go because I don't know where the hell Jake Roberts is.
I think Archer himself is still trying to get over that concussion he gave himself.
Why is a big guy like him doing moonsaults? I don't care how many times he's done it right. He should never have to resort to doing a moonsault. But anyway, I digress. And number 1, come back to me on that one. One of you guys could go ahead.
All right, Adam, going back to you.
All right.
I'm sorry. I got it.
Where mine?
Okay. Gresham.
Yeah.
Jonathan Gresham.
Yeah.
I totally forgot the fucking ROH roster. I'm looking at the WWE release guys. I'm looking at the ROH roster. Like, oh shit. But there's like a handful of guys I would pick apart from Ring of Honor preparing AEW. One of them being Jay Lethal, which they already did. And I love Lethal's match he had with Sammy. I mean, it felt like I was watching X Division Jay Lethal. I mean, he was fast paced. I mean, it seemed like he was like super motivated again. I mean, Lethal needed a whole new wrestling scene for a while because he overstayed his welcome in ROH and he just needed a new wrestling territory to go to, a wrestling promotion. And Triple H showed no interest in him when he was doing NXT. So, but at least he's in a new spot, AEW, and he needs Jonathan Gresham with him. Whether they're a tag team or not, I think Gresham would definitely do wonders. I mean, him and Danielson is kind of like the dream match for everyone, myself included. So, definitely Gresham. Yep, that's my 5.
Okay, now it's my time. My time is now.
My time.
So, I went very indie heavy on my list. But first person I'm gonna name off is somebody who was recently in ROH, but I think with the kind of roster AEW is cultivating lately, I think a Tony Deppen would do great in AEW right now.
He's definitely an underrated guy.
I think Tony Deppen and Darby Allin, Tony Deppen and Daniel Garcia, Tony Deppen and Brian.
He can rip it up with a lot of fucking people.
Oh yeah, oh my god.
I think he's also like really fun on the mic, so he can go at it with some of those guys. I think he brings a lot to the table. Another indie guy I went with is Effie.
Yeah.
Not familiar.
I've really.
Yeah, I've been lacking on my indie wrestling lately. Yeah.
Well, you'll see Effie and Hammerstein.
All right.
I think he has a lot of it that he'd be over in a fucking heartbeat in AEW.
Of course, the biggest caveat, I try to go for people that I feel like can not just add to the wrestling itself, but to the company as a whole. Effie, of course, being a very openly gay wrestler, is a great thing to have for speaking events and stuff like that. And he's extremely fun. He's a good wrestler. He plays the comedy well. Him and Cole Cabana, I think, would be a great funny thing to have happen. I think he could also add in that aspect. Another also thing, AEW has characters, but I don't think there are enough really good, fun characters. I think Effie would fit in perfectly there. And to go along with fun characters, another ROH guy, and I'm not the only person who's going to be saying this, but Danhausen.
Love that Danhausen.
Very good, very evil. Charles, what do you think about Danhausen?
I'm 50-50 on him. He hasn't really blown me away match-wise. I can see why people like him for his gimmick stuff, but I feel like AEW already has like a mascot with Orange Cassidy. I don't really know where Danhausen could fit in. I mean, unless they do something with him and Orange Cassidy, but outside of that, he's just to me a comedy act. I see him more on Dark than I do on TV.
Love that Danhausen. And then my number 2 picks, I think, are people that not only can help add to the show, but to the younger talent, and could be great coaches and ambassadors. The first one being Alex Shelley. And then my number one is Chris Hero.
Oh, I totally forgot about Hero.
Where the fuck is Chris Hero?
I don't
Alex
know.
Shelley, to me, would definitely be beneficial behind the scenes, too.
Yes, he would.
Because, one, he has a paramedic background.
Like, and you talk about years of experience, half of these goddamn wrestlers owe their entire moveset
To Shelley.
to Shelley. I think him and Hero could make great trainers, great backstage hands, could produce maybe even if that's in their mindset. They're both still very good workers. Both, Shelley's still active as all hell. Hero, I don't know where the fuck he went.
He still does shows for High Spots, doesn't he?
Does he still do that podcast?
I think so. He just he just did one with Dongo.
Well, I remember there was like rumors that he was like in talks to be coming back to help with ROH, but now who the fuck knows about that now? But that would be my five: Tony, Alex Shelley, Effie, Danhausen, Chris Hero. I agree with Mia Yim. I almost put Alley Catch on here, but I don't know if she's ready for TV. Or at least not AEW TV. I think Alley Catch would do really well on like Impact, but we're not doing that.
Yeah, I really liked Tony Deppen from your list. I've always liked his ROH stuff. I'm pretty sure he's killing it as well in GCW.
Oh yes, he is. He's fighting Bandito this week.
Oh hell yeah! All right, well I guess that just leaves me, doesn't it?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna try not to repeat the same names as you guys did. Obviously, like Keith and whatever and stuff. But I will repeat one name on here that I think really needs to be hammered in, and that name is fucking Jonathan Gresham, because
yes,
I personally believe that Gresham might be top 5 working right now in the U.S. Dude is unbelievably good. It is almost damn near impossible to get a bad match out of Gresham. He delivers almost every single time. There is a reason why there is so much hype around this dude, and that is because he is very fucking good at what he does. And it doesn't matter what his size is. He is just a damn good wrestler, and he carries himself so fucking good as well. So Gresham is an obvious for me. Another person I think would benefit in AEW big time, Brody King, especially with Malachi there. The House of Black thing, you could definitely do that thing if you wanted to. The dude's a fucking monster. He's a beast. He hits hard. He's got a fucking great ass look as well. He looks menacing as all hell. Just bringing in Brody, I think, could help out a lot. Third, of course, I don't think they can do it now, but sometime in the future, they gotta get this woman. And that, of course, is fucking Maki Ito. I know she has her obligations to TJPW, and I am perfectly fine with that. However, she is literally money waiting to happen at any given moment. They sign her. She is going to make fucking bank. And I think the second that she decides that she's done with TJPW, whenever the hell that is, they need to swipe her up as soon as possible. Because that's... Oh my god. The fourth person, I have Johnny Gargano. And look, I know a lot of people have soured on Gargano, mostly because of his NXT run. his feud with Ciampa that went on for a bit longer than it should have. But the dude's still a top level worker. He's an elite level worker when it comes down to it. There's a reason why he was one of the most beloved dudes on NXT for a little bit. And it's because he's such a natural baby face when you get to it. And I think that's exactly what you could use for AEW. Just a dude that's just a generally all-around good dude who's a great wrestler. And I think Gargano is that dude. Plus, I just want to see Gargano wrestle again, especially against guys like fucking Danielson, like fucking maybe Miro. Have a match with Miro. He'll put him up against like fucking, I don't know, put him up against Paige. You know, have him do the thing with Cole. Have him go against Andrade again. Like, there's a lot of things Gargano could do with this roster. And last but not least, I'm going to give a shout out to the Dirty Daddy himself, Chris Dickinson, even though he is currently out with an injury at the moment. But man, is this dude good. And he's been good for such a fucking long time. I know he's got obligations to New Japan Pro Wrestling. I know he's signed to New Japan. But, like, seriously, dude, he's really fucking good. And just like with Gargano, there's a lot of guys I would love for him to fight on TV with this AEW roster. So, yeah, that is my 5. That is my 5.
Good list.
Thank you.
Brody King, I definitely agree with. My only issue with him is he's not his fault. I just thought ROH made him lose too many times. And especially in like tag team matches, he was always the one that was eating a pin, and he's like, this guy's like fucking huge. Why is he getting pinned so many times?
ROH with bad booking? No.
And to think, the G1 Supercard, they had nothing for Jonathan Gresham. He was thrown in some battle royal.
Yep.
And his matches Gresham had with Leo Rush back in like 2018 or 2017, I think are some of the most underrated matches both guys have had in their career. And if Gresham comes to AEW, I want them to lock up again. So now I want everyone to see how great these two work together. And Ring of Honor never promoted them, never said, these are two standout undercards that you guys got to go out of your way to see. No promotion behind them whatsoever. I think we did a pretty damn good job. You see,
yeah.
you guys, your list was better than mine. I'm like, fuck, and I said Davey Boy Smith.
I think our list just pretty much showcase, our views of how, or at least how we view wrestling as individuals and what we want to see as individuals.
My list was obviously the best.
Oh my god. I tried to be like, we all have our own special personal list that you have to go and absolutely just ruin it. So thanks, Adam.
I had a good list.
You did have a good list. I was trying to explain that. But yeah, that is our special guest segment here tonight. And I finally have fixed my technical issues. So it is that time, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for Guess That Theme Song! This is the game show in which I play certain music from a certain period of time, from a certain fed, and then these guys have to guess it. With me tonight, we, of course, got the man coming in for, I believe, the 4th time. The 4th time. Adam, isn't this your 4th time?
Yes, it is.
You haven't won one.
I came in second last time.
You did?
But VPOC beat me.
He did beat you.
But I'm back for revenge. I'm back again. Shady's back. Tell a friend.
Obviously, obviously. Looking for that first championship victory. We're rooting for you.
You know what?
We're rooting for you, buddy.
I've done my research. I've listened to all of the 80s one-hit wonders. I'm ready to go.
Oh, man, you're going to hate me then. But with us for the very first time, trying to get a championship crown of his home, none other than Travis. Insert last name here.
I'll be like John Hennigan, who he has a different last name at whatever wrestling company he goes to.
Travis Massacre. Let's go with that.
Travis Massacre.
So, Travis, how are you feeling? How do you feel about your wrestling theme song knowledge?
Oh god, as long as if it's like mid-90s WWF like jobber themes, I'm in trouble.
Well, it's not. Well, you're just gonna have to wait and see. And then you got, of course, two-time winner.
No, you! How dare you steal my gimmick?
Two-time. Zaya Hart.
Two-time. Oh, how dare you!
Making his way back into the booth. Zaya, how are you doing? Obviously, Zaya, I'm feeling pretty good about this one.
Are you interviewing yourself?
I'm feeling like I didn't get the win last time. VPOC proved to be a very formidable challenge, but you know what? I came back. I've done my research. You know, I'm ready to get these points again. I'm ready to get another dub on the board. Looking for that 3-time victory. Looking for that 3-peat. All right. Well, we've heard from all 3 contestants, so we will now start. Gentlemen, this is how the game works. I will play the first 7 seconds of the theme song. From there, you have to guess both the name of the theme and the person it's associated with. You can answer what you think the theme is by simply shouting ding dong, and the person who shouts that gets to go first. Now, if you guess the theme song right, if you guess the name of the theme right, you get a point. If you get the name of the wrestler right, you get a point. If you get both, you get 2 points. If you cannot get one or the other, then I will switch it over to the other person and give them a chance to answer it. If they cannot answer, then either one of those points goes to me. And whoever comes out of this with the most points by the end of this will be declared our Guess That Theme Song winner. So are we ready, gentlemen?
Let's do it.
Adam, are you ready?
I want to be the very best that no one ever was.
All right. Let's start it. Theme number 1.
Ding dong.
Go.
Dolph Ziggler.
No. Travis, you can't. You have to say ding dong.
Oh, damn it. I already fucked up.
Well, it's Dolph Ziggler.
Yes.
And
is it my answer?
And is it perfection?
Ding dong.
Go.
Dolph Ziggler, I Am Perfection.
All right, I'm giving 1 point to each.
Ding dong.
So that is 1 point for Adam. Let me write this down. 1 point for Travis.
Good. As long as the high gets no points,
And
I win.
No point for me yet.
No, you suck.
All right.
Oh, so we're doing mid-2000s, I see.
I have consisted this list from WWE theme songs from 2010 to 2012.
Oh, dear.
So let's see what you got.
Ding dong.
Adam, I heard you first.
It's Broken Dreams, it's Drew McIntyre.
Yep, that's right.
Don't fuck with me.
That's 2 points from
That's my
Mr. Adam Jackpot.
It's the second favorite song of all time because nothing holds a candle to Slow Chemical.
All right. So that's 3 points, Adam. Next song.
Ding dong.
Go.
Alberto Del Rio. Motherfucker, the hell's the title?
Racist.
I don't know.
Shit.
Rich Mexican.
No. I will give you Alberto, but that's not the name of the theme. Adam, you want to?
Is it abusive?
No.
Abusive piece of shit?
It is not.
Is it racist?
No.
Ding dong.
Yeah.
Racist piece of shit.
Travis, you get one more shot.
Alberto Del Rio. Realiza?
Did you look that up?
No.
You lied to me, or did you actually get that?
I looked it up.
All right. Well, I can't give you
Because
that.
I was not going to figure that out.
What the hell is the answer?
It's real.
Realiza?
Yeah, Realizia.
Yeah, Wheeler Yuta.
Realizia.
Yeah.
Realizia. It is Alberto Del Rio Realizia. So that is 1 point for Travis and 1
Dare you.
point for me.
How dare you include that man in this show?
Oh my gosh, would you?
No, he's a bad person.
I get he's a bad person, but that theme song goes hard though.
Just like he did.
Is this gonna be you all day, all night?
All day and all night, all night, all day.
All right. Next song.
Ding dong.
Go.
It's Cody Rhodes.
Yep.
Duh.
Undashing.
Nope.
Really?
Oh, I thought that would have been it.
Nope. That's not the name of the song.
First off, I like this one better than Smoke and Mirrors.
Travis, do you want to try to guess the name of the theme song without looking it up for a point?
Fuck. All right. I have 2 answers. All right. Ding dong. Cody Rhodes. Dashing?
No.
Fuck. Should I go again or?
No.
You said
no.
you had. Well, you said you had 2.
What, he gets to go again?
Well, I said I had 2.
What the fuck is that rule?
It's not. It's not.
I'll let you
it's
go.
It's not legal, but I'll let him. I'll try. He won't get the point, but I'll let him try to guess it.
Smoke and Mirrors, Cody Rhodes?
No.
Fuck. Well, there goes that chance.
All right, so that's 1 point for me, 1 point for Adam.
Not Undashing.
It is Cody Rhodes, and the name of this song is "Only One Can Judge."
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
Only One Can Judge is the name of that song.
Yep.
That
What a
got me.
terrible name.
All right. Next song. I'm letting you know now, Adam. If you do not get this, I will fucking kill you.
Ding dong.
Go.
It's AJ Lee.
Yes.
It's Light It Up.
Yeah.
Yeah, no fucking well shit.
I stayed quiet just so you can get that one.
That was my ringtone in high school. Went off in class, and then I changed it.
That was your literal only gimme I've ever given you in this entire show.
You gave me 2, motherfucker, because there was no way I wasn't getting Drew McIntyre right. I'm winning right now, I believe.
Yeah, that is our easy mode. Current score, we've got Adam at 6, Travis at 2, and me at 2. So Adam,
here we go. I'm taking it home. You gave me the gimme. I'm taking it home.
All right. Well, we'll see. Going on to our next.
You were going to give me Zack Ryder, but okay.
We are now on medium mode. First song.
Medium mode.
Ding dong.
Go.
It's David Otunga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Song.
Oh no! Oh, ding dong! Ding dong!
He's got to try to answer first.
He ain't gonna get it. Ding dong.
I have no idea.
All right, go, Travis.
Ding dong. David Otunga. I only know this because on the wrestling games, all about the power.
Yep.
All about the power.
Yep. So
All
that's
about the power.
That's a point for Adam and a point for Travis.
Thank you, Jennifer Hudson.
What?
You remember that Jay Briscoe promo? Fucking Jennifer Hudson. She was better off fat, bitch.
Oh my god. All right. Next song.
Ding dong.
Go.
Is that Mason Ryan?
Nope.
Ah.
Travis, you want to try?
Oh man. Lance Varcher?
Nope. All right. That is now 2 points for me. Finally giving me some fucking points.
No.
All right. So that was The Rage, and this is Daniel Bryan's 2010 theme song.
What the fuck?
Okay. It sounded familiar, but I knew I wasn't going to get it.
Adam, I'm disappointed.
How would I have known that?
How would you not? You're asking the wrong questions here, Adam.
Next song.
All right, next song.
Well, that sounds familiar. Ding dong?
Go.
Is that the Usos?
Nope.
No, I know it wasn't going to be.
Travis, you want a shot?
No. I have no fucking idea.
All right. That's another 2 points for me. All right, so this is Rip It Up, and it is Brodus Clay's theme song. Before he went...
You're right, it is.
Yeah, I was not going to get that.
All right. I'm catching up. Next song.
Oh my god, I know this.
I feel like I should know it too, mother.
Oh my god, I know this. Oh, I have two people in my head.
So much fun.
Fuck. Damn it! It sounds so familiar.
Play it again.
All right.
Yeah, play it again.
Oh my god, I have two people in my head. Am I right about either of them?
Oh, you haven't said it.
I gotta go for something here.
You only get
Is
one.
it Chris Masters?
Yes!
Yes! It's Overdrive!
Yes, it is!
Fuck yeah.
Very nice, Adam. I wasn't sure you were going to get that.
It was that or Tyson Kidd.
I was thinking Justin Gabriel. I don't know why.
I'm taking the gal. This is my game.
All right. Next song.
Ding dong.
Go.
It's that's Wade Barrett, right?
Yeah.
End of Days.
Yeah.
Fuck.
There was like 14 versions of that song.
I know. Yeah, I was like, I know it's wait. Fuck. I didn't guess it fast enough.
So, the end of our second round, it is Travis at 3, me at 6, and Adam at 11.
I'm winning.
Okay.
Who's gonna win?
Okay. We're on the hard mode, letting you know that now.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, it's going to take you a bit to get up there.
We will see. We will see. Next song.
Ding Dong.
Go.
That's the Dude Busters.
Yeah.
No idea what the name of the song is.
All right. Travis, you want to go?
Let's see. The Dude Busters, because you said yeah. Something. I know it's something sympathy, right?
What? What symphony?
Oh, don't give it to him.
Sweet sympathy. No, it's something sweet. Is that cool? Will I still get a point for that?
No. You got to get the
No!
title.
Something sweet. Something semi-sweet.
Yeah, it is.
Semi-sweet sympathy.
Yep.
Booyah! Fuck you.
All right.
Not you, but
A point for Adam and a point for Travis.
Let's go. I love the Dude Busters.
I don't.
All right.
Beretta.
I like Trent. I don't like Dude Busters.
Taylor Croft.
What happened to that guy?
He's a firefighter now.
Oh.
All right.
Trent might be joining him soon.
Oh, no.
All right. Next song.
Ding Dong.
Go.
That's the Usos.
Yeah.
Tribal.
Nope.
Oh, I got none.
All right. Travis, you want to guess the name of the song?
Well, Usos. Was it Now Close?
Nope.
No.
All right. Well, this was that's a point for Adam. This is Get Up, and this is the Usos' first theme song.
Get up, get on up.
All right. Next one.
I have no idea.
Ding Dong.
Go.
Is that Mason Ryan?
No.
Heath Slater, Ding Dong.
No. All right, that's 2 points for me. And Adam, I'm going to admit, I screwed you over with this one.
Huh?
Because this technically is/isn't Mason's theme song.
What the fuck? Wait, hold on.
The theme song that I played is an instrumental. It has lyrics in it.
Are you kidding me?
This is Husky Harris's theme song.
Oh
it's
my
the instrumental
Oh.
to Here and Now or Never.
You bitch.
It's called the hard mode for a reason, motherfucker.
Still winning.
All right. Coming down to the wire here.
Quick question: how many songs are left?
There are 2.
Oh,
And
that's
what
it
is
for
the
me.
one right now?
I can't tell you that until the game is over.
Ah, you bitch.
Well, that's it for me.
All right, next song.
I'm insatiable, I can't get enough.
Oh. Ding Dong.
Go.
Insatiable.
Yeah.
Tiffany.
No.
But that was her theme song.
Not in 2010.
What? She was her theme song. She was the GM.
I said 2010 to 2012.
Are you kidding? I got the point for the name.
Yeah, you did.
Who'd you say Tiffany?
Yeah, you said Tiffany.
So was Tiffany the right answer or no?
No.
Oh fuck. Layla?
Yep.
I knew that too.
Of course you did. All right.
Oh, you need the title too or no?
No,
No.
he already gave me the title.
Okay.
All right, this is our last song of the night.
What happened to Layla? She's still pretty?
Didn't she become a model?
She's married to Ricky Ortiz.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's fucking bitch.
All right, last song.
What the fuck was that?
You're gonna ask you. I hope you know that one.
I'm gonna need you to replay that.
All right.
Ding dong.
Go.
I won anyway. Is it Tyler Rex?
Nope.
I have no idea. I'm out.
All right. Well, that's 2 points for me. That is Christ Control, and that is Corey Graves' NXT theme song.
Are you kidding?
Nope.
How would I have known that?
That was like my go-to theme song in WWE 2K15.
You said from 2010 to 2012.
Yeah, and he used that in 2012.
Ah. Well, I won.
So, well, wait, let's read out the scores. We'll find out. So, coming in with 5 points is Travis Massacre.
Jesus Christ.
Coming in with 10 points, it is myself.
I knew it.
And coming in with the
I did it.
resounding 14 points.
How many points?
The winner, 14.
How many?
14.
13,
And-
14, two-time Julia.
For the first time, the winner of the Guess That Theme Song Challenge, none other than Adam Jackpot.
It took me 4 tries, but I did it.
Congratulations, Adam. Finally did it.
I did it, and I'm not losing the title.
Finally got on the board. Unless
I'm not losing it.
VPOC comes back.
I'm not losing the title.
Okay.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah. Great round. And hopefully there will be more great rounds to come as we do more of these. So if you want to get on this show, you want to test your theme song knowledge, hit us up and we will get you on the podcast and on this game show because the price is right and may the force be with you.
Yeah, you better start listening to your FCW themes.
Dude, all right. I just found out what the next gimmick's gonna be. Yep. So, Adam, I suggest you start listening to some FCW themes.
Wrong,
Oh.
it's Lucky Cannon.
Oh, no.
But that's about gonna do it for us here on the Four Post Massacre Podcast. Not a lot going on this week, but it's still a very chill, very cool episode we did here. Travis, please tell all of these people where they can find you over the interwebs.
Well, I have another show, a podcast at Just Chillin' Network. You can follow us on Instagram at Just Chillin' Network. You can find us on Facebook at Just Chillin' Network. We're on Twitter as well at Just Chillin' Net. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram, Snapchat as well at Silent Poison. SILENTPOISIN. And of course, within the Just Chillin' Network, I have my own podcast, Fractured Skulls, which you can listen to for just $1 a month at patreon.com/Just Chillin' Network. Subscribe today. We're also on Apple, Facebook, I already said Facebook, Apple, Spotify, Podbean, SoundCloud. Just look us up at Just Chillin' Network. You want to listen to our review of Santa Slay? It's up there. Go listen to it right meow.
Awesome.
And if you want to know, hey, how does that COH show coming along? I got 6 matches out of 9 done.
Nice. So if you want to go watch that, you want to Just Chillin' podcast, you want to go check out his other, personal snaps or instas, or if you just want to watch some good old Call Wrestling, you want to watch Call of Honor again, stay tuned. So, Adam, is there anything you would like to add to close out this episode of the Four Post Massacre Podcast?
Usually we've come on here, and every week I tend to have some form of a message to go along with the message of the show. But for the first time in a long time, not only was there, thank God, nothing important in the news of, substantial value, I guess, except for the borders closing, but, I can't really talk about that. I have no stance. And then really, nobody got fired, and the wrestling world was kind of quiet, and I don't got to talk about shitty-ass Survivor Series. And, we got the holidays coming up, and that's always a grand old time of year, and, COVID's kind of, shut down a little bit at least on our level, thank God, and maybe this year's Christmas is going to feel a little bit more holly-jolly than last year's, and, it's that time of the year, we got that spirit going, except, burn all your Mariah Carey CDs, because I'm tired of that bitch. But besides that, we got everything else to look forward to. And then, right here on the podcast, we're going to be talking more indie shows because I'll be at more shows, so we'll have more time to spread the cheer on that forefront. I don't know. It's a good time to be a fan again and hope for the best that nothing ends and makes the end of the year look bad. I could be eating my words this exact very moment in 2 weeks, or who knows, maybe even next week and something really bad happens. But for right now, just enjoy life. That would be your boy Stone Bold Sativa Austin signing off.
Well, that was very heartfelt, Adam. And so we will end it here for us at the Four Post Massacre Podcast. But before then, I feel like because it was the holidays, we didn't really get to talk about much of Thanksgiving or Turkey Day, as other people would call it, but it's just a good time to reflect on things that just to be grateful for over the past year. So during this whole thing, we weren't really sure if this podcast thing was going to go much further than a few episodes. I had never planned on doing this for the long haul. Adam himself can he can say for himself that this was never supposed to be a long-term thing, but I'm pretty happy with the amount of stuff we've covered over the past few months. We've been actually doing this been doing this for a whole half a year now, which is ridiculous when you really think about it. We are literally a quarter of 100 episodes in to this whole thing, which is insane to think about. And hopefully, this shit continues to grow forward. Obviously, with me and Adam and a lot of other guests like Travis along the way, because we really enjoy doing this. We like talking about wrestling because we are very big wrestling fans. And so I have that to be grateful for. Also, something I've grown to be grateful for is of Billy and Austin and Colton and the motherfucking Gun Club, where you can watch next week on Dynamite beat Sting and Darby Allin for their undefeated streak, which they will continue to have.
I can't believe it.
Tune in, Colton, Billy, the Gun Club rises. Be there.
Again, if it happens, I won't be on next week.
Gun Club!
Two times.
Follow Austin on Twitter.